Hey, so hopefully we're going live, and hopefully the mic's working. I kind of changed its position, and I haven't messed with like its volume settings or anything. So if it's a little bit quiet, I mean, if it's muted, you guys can't hear me right now. So telling you guys to tell me if it's a little quiet might not work out exactly how I'm hoping. But yeah, I think it should be fine. Anyways, the plan for today's stream is going to be a pretty simple one. Recently, Ghost Simulator got, actually Friday, I think, so 2-3 days ago now. We got an update to Ghost Simulator, and with it, we managed to go ahead and get a whole new Remnant route, which is actually really exciting because that means a lot of new content, new NPC, new ghosts, more item drops that can get converted to gum, which from what I'm hearing is not super useful, but is still something. But the main thing that I am excited about with this expansion is actually the inclusion now of bigger packs, which is going to actually boost everyone's grinding by quite a bit once you do get up to there. I know some people will take a lot longer than others to get there, but should be kind of fun. But yeah, hello, Deadbolt. Hello, 5-0, however you pronounce your name. I'm assuming you don't pronounce your name, and that's kind of how it works, just based off the combination of numbers and letters. But if you do need to pronounce it like Bob or something, I will gladly pronounce it Bob instead of 5-0 to whatever. But yeah, we'll go ahead, head over to Remnant Zone and start working on the newest NPCs. I'm in a private server. Oh, that's hilarious. Unknown exception, gameful. Okay, that's an interesting one. I don't think I've ever seen that error before. I'm pretty sure it's just Roblox throwing some random thing because it failed to do something. Just call me in. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that'll definitely work a lot better. Anyways. Yeah, the main part of this stream will probably be this first part where we'll probably spend around an hour and a half working on the newest NPC, getting our antenna level up to the now new max, which is either 29 or 30, maybe 28 even. Probably 29 though. But yeah, we also once we get that done, I do need to go ahead and grind for some more glitchy lucky gum because right now I have exactly 4. After all of my time spent unboxing for Sandstorm, which I do now have. So I will go ahead and later in the stream, if I have time, go grind some more lucky gum, or glitchy gum, to hopefully supplement my supplies a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to craft. Actually, have we actually got any new crafting recipes in like forever? Or are there any crafting recipes I haven't done is probably the better way of phrasing it. No, I've done all the crafting recipes. Anyways. Yeah, we'll go take a quick look at this new NPC. New NPC is Remnant Queen, which is actually a pretty interesting NPC. We actually haven't heard anything about her yet. Like, the only hint we have about her is her picture in the, Wonder House, or whatever it's called. But yeah. Alright, so soon. I trust our domain. Right to see. I am Queen. Welcome to my castle gardens. Greatest welcome. Now, before you venture on, Hunter, let's have a chat. This is the Queen's demand, and you'll hear it. You are the player, correct? You must forgive me for my complacency, as I could not believe you exist before now. A rumor. Still, you're here to chat, and chatting comes with questing. Hear me. Gather the pawns and paint a rose. Alright. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty basic quest. Actually, only 14 quests. It's probably going to be one of the quicker quests in the game. Since it is only 14 quests. One of the things I have been hearing about this, whoa, why is there a gap there? One of the things I have been hearing about this new area, is the fact that there is actually, there is a lot of problems with, like, actually grinding items in this new area, just because, there is, like, I don't know, people have been saying that the drops feel a little bit lower, so, yeah. Hello, Sam and blah. So yeah, Might be a few problems with the... Oh, okay, that's not correct way to go for ghosts. Yeah, people have been saying that like the drops feel like they're nerfed or something with these new NPCs. I mean, I tested around a little bit in like testing and stuff, and I mean, yeah, but I only tested a small sample, so I don't know for certain if they are actually nerfed. But it does feel like I am getting a lot more gems than I would if I was like grinding in the back door or something like that, because I've done like 0 10 parts and like 20 gem drops at this point. But yeah, we do get a few more items. As you guys can see, we're getting up to 32 items, which means that we are getting a base drop rate of around 4 to be able to get up to the 32 that we are getting with the glitchy loot gum and double item drops game pass. It should be giving probably 2 to 4 at its base, maybe 3 to 4, which is pretty good for people who are wanting to grind gum. But not amazing just due to the lower drop chances, it looks like. But yeah, we're also getting around 70,000 gems per ghost, which sounds like a lot, but really isn't, which is kind of funny. Main hub is fine visually. I don't see why they need to rework its map. Yeah, honestly, I'm trying to remember if I've ever said that they should rework the main hub map. I don't think I have. Like, the only thing I'd say that they need to rework in main hub is the NPC layout. Like, you know, some of those NPCs take way longer than they're worth at this point. Mainly speaking of, like, stuff like Jesse and Finsley, which are, like, progression quests which players get stuck on. Alright, collect some currency. Done. Turn swiftly. Claim your gems. Yeah, the textures in Remnant, they are quite a bit different. It's mainly because a new person developed them. Travelers? Twos? Oh, interesting. I mean, I saw what that was saying, but I don't think I read it enough to actually understand any of that lore, what that lore meant. But, yeah. This was done by someone different than who usually does the map, so, it's a little bit different. It's a lot cooler and more like refined, which is funny because it's actually not that much more laggy than like main hub or something, which is probably just due to because most of the lag in like Ghost Simulator isn't really from like how good something looks most of the time. I mean, there are some exceptions, like when you have so many particle effects and stuff in like hallways and stuff in the towers. But like for the most part, this is just very basic good looking stuff rather than like complex good looking stuff, but yeah. It's definitely different, that's for sure. Yeah, how close are we to getting this antenna upgrade? Okay, we do have the advanced parts, which is good. We just need blue ribbons, which I think we have like 0 of, if I'm keeping track correctly. Okay, we have 164, so about halfway there. But yeah, whatever the case is, there's definitely something wonky with these drops. Either the devs have decided that players don't deserve good drops anymore, and that 70,000 gems is actually a decent amount. It isn't. The amount of gems these drops is actually negligible and might as well be 0. Honestly, once you get past, like, I think it's like Junkyard. Once you get past Junkyard, the gem drops from Ghosts are actually useless. Honestly, before that, they're still useless, but you need them for unboxing a few crates. I don't think you get enough gems from quests before your first unboxed crate. You might, but I don't think you do. But yeah, we do need to keep burning glitchy lucky gum, or glitchy loot gum, so that we can get the few drops we do get actually multiplied by a bit. Hello. Oh, I did notice the new. Yeah, I haven't actually been noticing too much of more lag in like Remnant World compared to like Main Hub or Ghost World or Backdoor. And I think a lot of the lag in Ghost Simulator is not, as I said, it's not really on this model lag, at least I guess it depends on what you're running. I know some devices have a lot better time rendering some things than others. For instance, the calculations that I do for like rendering 3D objects and stuff, sometimes they're optimized for specific stuff. So like you could be playing on like a phone, which is optimized mainly for not 3D rendering, or you could be playing on a PC, which is like, oh yeah, everyone plays games, we need to actually have like 3D rendering and stuff built into it, and that'll change how laggy the game is by quite a bit. Anyways, what is the next upgrade for our pack? Oh, ooh. Okay, I did not look at the cost for these packs, but these get really expensive really quickly. Yeah. But it is, doubling your pack size is really insane, to be honest, for the game. Mainly just due to the fact that that basically doubles your gem amount, which is kind of insane. But yeah, I think other than the fact that this new world kind of has no way to actually grind gum, gems, or actually items at all, just due to like the weird drop rates. I think this new world's fine. It's not usable at all, but whatever. I really think they do need to do something to make this world like usable. I know adding a remnant currency converter would be a very easy thing that they are planning on doing at some point for grinding actually gems in this new area. But these gem drops are just, I don't know, it feels so weird to be grinding in this new area. With how open it is, it's similar to Ghost World, where there's not really an easy grind strategy, whereas like with Backdoor and stuff, you can have nice loops pretty tight, where you are able to grind quite a bit of items at a time. Ooh, we can upgrade our items. But yeah. Yeah, and then for whatever reason, these new drop rates, everyone is agreeing that they're a little bit weird, with you getting a lot more gems. Ooh, nice. A lot more gems than it usually do. I think it's like, I don't know, it feels like it's like a 15% of item, or one item, 15% of the other items, and 70% of gems, instead of the usual like 33% split. I can't confirm that because I haven't like played enough of it. But I don't even know, I don't think anyone even knows what the basic drops are. So most people would assume that they're even, just because that's usually how things work in games, is unless it's stated otherwise, it's a nice even spread. But like there's no confirmation that in Ghost Simulator gems drop just as much as other items. So yeah. Eli wrote Queen? Oh, that's actually really funny. That's actually really nice. I know he's like one of those people that in Ghost Simulator people don't even notice really. Like he isn't like someone that talks a lot, but the fact that he's like actually writing NPCs is actually really insane. I was meaning to use XGum before I sold, but oh well. We're gonna get plenty of time to use XGum later. But yeah, I think really the only thing that this new area expansion has added is the addition of new packs for endgame grinding, because that allows us to get more gems per time in terms of like progression wise. But it has added a lot of, probably I'm guessing some of the dialogue hints at what's coming next in this Remnant world, which is actually probably bigger than actually grinding this game, just because like no one really knew before now, and probably still don't, to be honest. I don't think enough people have read the dialogue for it to be common knowledge what's coming next after this. But I'm sure at this point there is something coming on that, or something in the dialogue that hints at what the next boss is going to be, and what like the conflict of Ghost Simulator is going to be in this second arc. Because for the very longest time, I've been kind of confused on where the conflict in this second arc would be, because in first arc it was kind of obvious. They're laying out people that were bad guys. You have Finsley that's like or Blaze that's like they, or no, I can't remember. But there was some conflict laid out for first arc that was actually explained pretty quick early on. Like even Ghost World was explained pretty clearly that there was some evil person. But in here we don't really have any clear, obvious evil person. We do have like stuff like Phantom and some of the other NPCs are a little bit more mysterious, like Joker, which could be villains, but we don't really have any idea on how they'd like actually create a conflict, what motives they have and stuff like that, which is kind of confusing for me. I feel like they should have laid that out a little bit better on earlier, but it is what it is. But yeah, there definitely needs to be some buffs to the item drops. I think that's for sure. Pretty sure everyone has said that at this point. So I'm kind of just repeating what everyone already knows. It's pretty much going to do nothing. But yeah, have we even got any of the item drops from here? I feel like I haven't. Let me check. So I have blue ribbons. Oh, I have 190 sets. Yeah, I don't think that was what was I getting? Was it 40 normal ghosts or something? So about 60 ghosts total I probably got. And I got 109 when they drop around 30 per. So I got about three drops of items in 60 ghosts. Yeah. Yeah, items do feel very weird. Anyways, one of the things I've been thinking about a lot is like balancing on Ghost Simulator, because as it stands right now, Ghost Sim's like super out of balance. I mean, I always rant about this, but one of the biggest, I think, problems in my opinion, or okay, not the one of the biggest problems, but like one of the problems that would be helpful for like Ghost Simulator devs to actually fix. Not like it isn't like a huge problem, and I don't think it's actually super high priority. But it would be like this boosted gums. I've been trying to think about new boosted gums that devs could add to the game. Because as it stands right now, all these 3 boosted gums are pretty much useless. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just sell. So we can actually make use of the loot gums. But yeah, pretty much all those boosted gums are useless to anyone who, like, all the endgame people won't buy them. Just because they are much worse than other alternative gums. And I've been trying to think about, like, a good gum that they could actually add that I think people would buy and would actually be, I don't know, balanced, but still worth it. Because there's a lot of gums that they could add that would just break the game. People would still buy it, but it would be like kind of game breaking. But like, I don't know, 5 times item grinding that stacks with normal loot gum, that'd be broken. But like, I was thinking like, a cool gum to add would be like a boosted grinding gum, which like doubles or triples or something all of your vacuum speed, your cell rate, so you get 3 times the cell rate, and then also your loot gum or your loot drops. So you get basically 3 times loot drops, 3 times vacuum speed, 3 times cell rate, 3 times gems, all those fun stuffs. But since it's like only a 3 times and not like the 4 times that you get from like specific gums, it wouldn't, and it lasts for an hour, people still wouldn't like, it wouldn't be so overpowered that everyone would buy it. It'd be more of one of those things where you really want to grind like everything at once. You can go ahead and do that with that gum, but you aren't like, isn't like breaking the game by having it be so pay to win for everything grinding. It would just be if you want to grind everything at the same time. But anyways, we need to go actually find some rings now, which means I need to stop talking and actually think about where I'd hide rings. Is that a ring? Red ring and blue ring. Okay, that's not a ring. I mean, it is a ring, but... Oh, there's ghosts up here? Boing. Yeah, no idea how they're supposed to balance Ghost Simulator. Yeah, there's a lot of... It would take a lot of time, and the devs aren't the ones really aware of what's the problem in Ghost Simulator. So it's kind of hard for the devs to actually balance the game. And I know, like, a lot of people have really bad ideas for balancing. Like, for instance, increasing loot drops without decreasing... Okay, I cannot find this red ring. I'll find it eventually. Let's go find the blue ring. I think I saw that one already. Pretty sure it's back here. But yeah, devs don't really know how their game feels to play. So they're kind of bad at balancing it. There's a lot of conflicting ideas on how to balance it. One is left at the maze. One is at the left maze. Right, left. This is my right, so this is the left. Yeah, the worst thing, like, most of the time you can usually go up in an area and find all the rings, but occasionally the rings are pointed downwards, and so you can't actually see them from above, so it's the strategy of flying up is actually not going to be able to allow me to find it. If I was hiding a ring, I would hide it here and just be really rude about it, but it's not here. Okay. This is my left, correct? I'm not going crazy. This is... Boing. It's on top of the floating island? I've checked every floating island. Okay, guys, there's 4 floating islands. 5, I guess. 6. Go on top of the tree. Okay, we're going to go... We're going to check this one, because... Ah, there we go, I see. There we go. Oh, nice job. Yeah, that's the thing about the dev crates. They're actually really good for getting good pets for starting out. Just because, like, mythicals are decent from them, corrupteds are decent from them, and they're like a 10 and 5% chance of actually getting, which is pretty high. All things considered, at least. Let's see, how many more tea sets do I need? How do I already have... Did I actually do some enchanted antenna part grinding or something? Oh, man. I don't know why I did the enchanted tea part grinding, and honestly, I don't remember actually doing it. But I am glad I do have that many enchanted antenna parts, because I cannot imagine getting those now. That just feels like it would take way too long. Oh yeah, there's no ghosts around the back of that one. There's only ghosts around the back of the other one. But yeah. I mean, another thing I was thinking that needs to get buffed is the Lucky Gum, because as it stands right now, the boosted Lucky Gum is not worth it for most players. Like, it is just so much more worthwhile to just go grind for a glitchy Lucky Gum, get a 2.75 times multiplier, and only a 2-minute gum, so you aren't wasting as much time with it if you have to, like, log out or AFK or something. It's just so much more worthwhile to just use a 2-minute gum rather than an hour gum when you want to unbox, just because the current strategies are just unbox a million crates in a minute or something. 22,000 antenna parts. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah. It is nice to have that much, because then you don't need to worry about not having them. Especially with how difficult items seem to be getting in this newest area, but that is a lot of grinding. Alright, pack is full, we'll go ahead and sell. I mean, eventually we'll use X gum to sell, but for now. But yeah, buffing the boosted, I think buffing the boosted Lucky Gum to around a 2.5 times multiplier instead of the 2 times multiplier would make it a lot more make people buy it a little bit more, especially like endgame players who don't want to actually like grind for Lucky Gum, who are one just unbox classifieds. I feel like they'd definitely be like, oh yeah, having a 2.5 times multiplier instead of a 2.75 isn't too much of a downgrade for having free gum basically, or Robux for gum. And like, I mean, they might as well remove that newest feature they added to Lucky Gum where it increases your gum luck, because like majority of it is actually like wasted, to be honest, because like you don't really need better gums most of the time. You usually just need more gums, which you can usually get by just using loot gum while grinding. And having an hour of double loot gum or double gum conversion rates is like, for high ends like Legendary Plus, it's kind of useless, to be honest, just because like how often are you converting gum to, or items to gum for an hour straight? Never. You only need something that improves your improves the rarity of gum by like for like 5 seconds at most, maybe 20 seconds, but like an hour is just overkill for that portion of the gum effect. Yes, I would totally do a Sandstorm for Grimm's Portal. The only problem is right now, actually, really with the newest pack size increase, I don't even really need Sandstorm to get more Sandstorms with the newest pack size increase. But yeah, once I get like 3 or 4 Sandstorms, I would totally trade a Sandstorm for Grimm's Portal. Like, Grimm's Portal's much more difficult to get. Is there a method for grinding enchanted gum? I mean, it's the same method that you use for grinding any gum. You burn loot gum, you grind as many ghosts, grab as many ghosts as you can, and then convert it to items. But it's actually not super efficient because there's no ghost from the bonus areas, bonus biomes, and the ghosts that do, the ghosts seem to have reduced drops for items, so it does make it a lot more difficult to actually get the required amount of get good rates. So most people agree that right now it's still better to grind for glitchy gum for pretty much every scenario. Like really the only usable, I think, enchanted gum over glitchy gum at this point is enchanted rift gum. Can you guys even understand what I'm saying? Because I don't. Is enchanted rift gum, because it is kind of the only gum that you would use infrequently enough that the lower drop rates of Remnant World aren't going to be as much of an issue. But even then, like, no one uses rift gum anymore just because of how easy it is to grind with like boss hopping. Yeah, so most of what you need is usually able to be gotten in just backdoor. Especially if you're wanting to get lucky gum, loot gum, any of those gums where you need a lot of them at a time, you definitely want to be doing backdoor stuff. But yeah. It's okay. The rates aren't 18 to 1. It's 50 to 3, and 50 to 2 and 50 to 1. It's a very, very common mistake that people just do the 2-1 ratio. Rates are actually usually a set number to 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. For instance, backdoor or Ghost World is super confusing on this. It's because instead of being a 50 to X ratio, which is main hub, backdoor, and Remnant World now all have a 50 to X ratio on their items to gum. Ghost World actually has a 45 to X ratio. So items are 45 to 1 for the ones from Spirit Particles, whatever the other particle one is, and then the stopwatches, a 50 or a 45 to 2 ratio, which is actually a 22.5, which usually people would say 23, which is technically incorrect, to 2 ratio for some of the other items. It goes to 45 to 3 with the items from the castle, inside the castle, so the potted plants, stuff like that. And then it goes to a 45-to-5 ratio in the music meadows, which most people say is 9-to-1, but that's not actually how it is. But yeah, it's a 50-to-3 ratio, so it's a 17.33, which gets rounded up to 8 if you're only converting for 1. But if you're converting for 100 or something, you'll get 3 instead of 4, or you'll get 6 instead of 5. But yeah, rounding in the item gum conversion is kind of weird. That was a very, very good use of a loot gun there. But yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think for most people, like, enchanted rift gum's pretty much useless. There's very few people, those with like a lot of rebirths or something, that for whatever reason decide that they want to go get 100 million gems from unboxing all their loot bags instead of doing 2 or 3 bosses, or 100 billion, I should say, because that is how math currently works. But yeah. Yeah, it's insane how quickly people can get gems nowadays with boss hopping. Rebirths have really broken that. Alright, how close are we to... Have we got any T-sets in the last, like, 2 minutes? I feel like we haven't. Oh, there's some. Never mind. We've definitely got some T-sets in the last, like, 5 minutes. But yeah, the new packs in Remnant World are insane. I'm kind of surprised that they doubled it, because it looked like they were going to do like a 40 million pack size instead of a 50 million, just based off the previous growth, how they started out with like a 2.5 to like a 11 million, I think, change. Okay, we're going to wait and then use loot gum. Ooh, we can upgrade. We'll go ahead and upgrade. But yeah, based on their previous growth, it was kind of interesting that they went to they went all the way up to a 50 million pack instead of like here this is 25 million. The first pack that we had here was a 2.5. Then on the first air expansion, it went up to 11, which is over a 4 times increase. And then they went up to a 25, which is just over a 2 times increase. And then they went up to another 50, which is still pretty close to a 2 times increase that they had last time. I was expecting more of a 40 million, just to have a little bit more of a drop off on pack size, but I guess 50 million's pretty nice and round anyways too, so it doesn't really matter. The more surprising thing I think with this newest area expansion is the fact that they added a new pet crate. And pet crate costs go from 550 around doubles to 1 million. Around doubles again, a little bit more than doubles, to 2.5, and then it increases all the way up to 10 million gems for a pet crate. Also, this looks like the model didn't load for it for whatever reason, with it being just solid black. That's kind of funny. But yeah, creepy cube, that's kind of cool. But yeah, this is an expensive crate, guys. The fact that it quadruples from the last one's kind of funny. Do I think they'll add Remnant Tycoon? I don't think they'll add Remnant Tycoon. But knowing Ghost Similar and like the fact that a lot of people want it, it's a very easy addition for them that people would enjoy. I think they'll go ahead and add it. I think personally they probably shouldn't. They did need to do a little bit of balancing to rebirths first, and I think pretty much everyone who plays the game enough already has more than enough rebirths and other stuff, and so adding like something for this new area is actually be kind of annoying for most people, just because. Okay, I needed to find this, yes, to lock it. Just because they already have a lot of other tycoons, they aren't going to be really wanting to change over to this newest tycoon, and it'll just be kind of a pain for them to get like 30 or 40 rebirths in the new tycoon. Can't wait for the 160 billion gem classified. It's not 160 billion. Is it actually 160 billion? It is actually 160 billion. I take that back. Wow. It's a little bit less than 160 billion, just based off the fact that like it's a little less than 10 billion for the 550 one. It's like, I think it's like 9.2 or something. From the 3.3 of Cause the Queen. I haven't done the math recently, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of gems. And the thing is, the funniest thing about that is that people actually have trillions of gems. So it's actually, people could already get that one if it came out right now. It gets flooded just as much as Sandstorm was just flooded. So yeah, it's actually not that difficult for like endgame people to get, which is not good. Also, I'm seeing the very nice chess theme going on here. We had pawns, and we had knights, and we have bishops. Next we'll have rooks. Yeah, next we'll have rooks, and that will be it. The only thing we don't have right now is the king. The queen is covered by the fact that there is a, wait, is this a Joker card? That's funny. It is a Joker card, and it has Joker on the back of it. That's actually a really cool ghost. But yeah. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some rook ghosts. Also, what in the world is this? Yeah, this is definitely going to be a boss area. I don't even want to, I'm fairly sure everyone can understand how easily this is going to be a boss area in the future. Looks very similar to Castle Courtyard and Castle area in the Ghost World, so I can definitely see them adding a Mega Boss there. Also, I made the Crippy Cube. The Crippy Cube was really, like, I looked at it and I'm like, that's actually a cool pet. Like you wouldn't think that reskinning a very basic round pet into a square pet would work. But somehow still just as cute. Let's see. I'm doing what here? Oh, I'm selling. And then hopefully upgrading my pack size so I don't need to continue to come back and forth as much. Alright, whatever. Nice upgrade. Yeah, I hate the fact that these ghosts are so easy to vacuum, and yet give so much on your pack size. It's such a pain to grind in this area. Your pack fills up super quickly and you get like next to nothing, it feels like. Boss. Yeah, it'll be either a boss or maybe it'll be something different like a tower or maybe a puzzle-ish area. I have hopes, guys. Don't worry. I'm kind of hoping it'll be kind of like a puzzle-like area where it's more of like a maze than a boss fight. At the end, there'd obviously be like a boss fight or something. But where it's more about doing stuff than like just fighting a boss. Because bosses get really old in Ghost Simulator really quickly. If you've been playing forever, you know every time you do Great Guardian, it's like, oh, yay, I shoot the boss for 5 minutes. And that's pretty much it. It's actually longer than 5 minutes. It's like 7 minutes. But yeah, it gets really boring. Highest, you're both correct and wrong about the mirror. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a portal to somewhere. You don't just add a whole hallway like this, and then make this go nowhere. It's going to be a portal of something. The only question is, will it be just to a new area? Most likely it's going to be the boss. Maybe it'll just be to the new world, or the old world where, like, Bunny came from, or the Phantom, all those lovely people. I mean, it's obviously a portal. I don't think anyone's going to, I don't think anyone would argue against that. Of course, devs could be doing some trickery and just being like, oh yeah, we'll add this new area to confuse everyone, make them all think that there's going to be this huge new mega boss in this new area, and then we'll just troll them all by making it just turn it into a real life mirror, and yeah. Imagine if they did do something like that, where they build it all up with that new area looking so nice and majestic and whatever. And then it just ends up just being them like, oh yeah, there's a mirror here. And it's just like a find item or something for some random quest. Oh, that would be so disappointing. Also, one of the things I found here, devs tried their best, guys, on this new bonus biome. Unlike the last few bonus biomes, you can't glitch into the top of it because they made the roof kind of big. So there's no glitching through the top of it. But one thing they didn't take into account on this new thing, they put it right next to a rock. And you know what happens when you have walls next to each other in Ghost Simulator? You can just glitch through them. So if you want to and you have like a big enough hoverboard or enough time, you can just glitch straight into the newest bonus biome. It's such a weird and useless glitch because there's like nothing in here. You can't open like the gem chest or anything. You can vacuum the ghosts, but like vacuuming these ghosts is literally worse than useless because it just wastes your time. They give nothing useful in return. It's the most useless bug in Ghost Simulator currently, being able to glitch into some of these bonus biomes. But it is possible to glitch into this one. But yeah. Can I show you my splice? Yeah, actually. This is Splice. It's a very basic looking hoverboard. Pretty easy to get, especially if you get up to your first rebirth and get up to Remnant Zone, because you do get those bigger back sizes, which allow you to sell for a lot more from bosses. But yeah, it's a pretty basic board. It looks kind of cool. There's a reason why it's mythical. It's not super hard to get though, so it's pretty good. But yeah, that's the funny thing about this area. Actually, that's the funny thing about most bonus biomes is you can usually get into them pretty easily. But yeah, getting out's a little bit more difficult. If there wasn't a sell button. Alright, let's see. How many requests? We have 6 requests. Oh boy. I feel like my progress I'm making is so slow on this newest quest. And I don't think that's just because the quest is long. I'm thinking that's because I'm getting so distracted by the smallest things. Alright, let's... Is there another antenna upgrade? There is. That's funny. Usually they don't have another antenna upgrade at this point. Like if you look at Backdoor, you get up to the, this area is pretty much analogous to the, or pretty much the same as the Bloxbite HQ in Backdoor, and the volcano in Main Hub, since it is the third area of the third expansion to those worlds. But it actually has an antenna upgrade, which is actually different than all the other ones. I think that's mainly just because they started at 20 instead of like 21, and so they decided, oh, we'll make it go up to 30. But it'll be interesting to see if they actually make antenna level 30 useful, or if it's just going to be a meme. Because they could very easily mess up and just not make any additional areas that require antenna level 30. And there's really no reason to upgrade your antenna to level 30, just because the areas cap out at level 28. I don't have a wormhole. Or do I have a wormhole? Fairly sure I do not have a wormhole. Yeah, I don't have a wormhole. Nor do I really plan on getting one. Alright. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's 3550. I was so confused why I was at 35,000 or 35 billion and my pack wasn't full. Then I realized it's 3550 for whatever reason. We'll go ahead and use another gum to sell because profit stunks. Let it be a meme. Yes, there is so many things in Ghost Simulator that are just kind of pointless at this point. Gem drops, I think, are the biggest one that no one cares about. But like, there is intended drops in Volcano, which have been that way since the beginning of time. Everyone always notices it, and they're like, why? Whereas Backdoor doesn't have that problem. I am sure this is going to be another situation where just devs overlook the fact that they don't need an Nintendo level 30 for this area, and it isn't going to be required. Because right now, as it stands, oh, there's a necklace somewhere. Guys, I don't even know. I haven't been paying attention to the area names, so I don't know what the Enchanted Jungle is. So yeah. We might be spending a while looking. I'm fairly sure it's this area. But I'd also call this like the park, not a jungle. Alright. We're using bouncy shrooms. Oh wait, we can't use that bouncy shroom because there's a rock right above it. That's sad. Oh! Duh. Okay, thank you! Yeah. You guys know how long I would spend looking in the wrong area. This is the Enchanted Jungle. I find it instantly. Yeah, that's how much people care about the naming convention in Ghost Simulator. I don't even know what the areas are named in the newest zone. Like, that's actually really embarrassing, to be honest. But yeah, Phantom was right in every respect. You may claim your reward. That is bad. I'm not in charge of Ram. That would be Phantom. He is everything. Compassion was saved his despair. Once I'm met, I can now abandon them. Cannot bear. Think, oh yeah, perhaps, blah, 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 blah. Unlock access to the crypt zone. Guys, I already have access to the crypt biome. This silly NPCs. But yeah, it looks like they are definitely. It's definitely looking like Phantom is going to be similar to what I thought he was going to be. Like when I first heard about Phantom, it kind of sounded like he would be one of those NPCs or one of the characters that's like misleading everyone under him or something, or at least collecting people to use for his own or I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like he is going to be one of the antagonists of second arc, and by like just misleading a lot of the remnants and stuff. Yeah, I already have access to crypt. I don't know why they'd think I don't, but it looks like I still need to unlock access to it for whatever reason. Is Sandstorm OP? It has really good stats, and it is definitely much better than it should be. It is definitely overpowered. But it's not as overpowered as like rebirths, especially once you get past 17 rebirths and you can start stacking their multipliers. It gets insanely quick. Alright, let's see. What items do I need? I think I need like 200 of everything, which is going to take me probably an hour or something. Never mind. I need 300 of each, which will take me an hour and a half. We're going to be here for a while, guys. Also, it's funny, this newest area, not every single area up until now in Ghost Simulator, except for like all of Remnant World is just so weird. Usually areas have ghosts that spawn in chunks. So in Main Hub, every single set of ghosts except for one, which I think, if I remember correctly, where is it? Every single ghost in Main Hub spawns in a set of 3, except for one pair of ghosts in the underwater area. Every other ghost spawns in areas of 3. Mainly, they spawn in each area has 4 sets of 3 ghosts in Main Hub. There is one exception to that, which is Area 51, which has 3 areas of 3 ghosts each. Because one set of ghosts got removed for Hans or the Converter or Gran. I can't remember which. But yeah, usually ghosts spawn in sets. In Backdoor, it's sets of 2 usually. Depending on the area, sometimes they're sets of 3. But in here, they don't seem to actually be spawning in any like sets, set size. So there's just ghosts there, ghosts here, and not really any sort of order to the spawn, which is actually, I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. Obviously, there's sometimes where they have these islands where it is still sets of 3. I think on the bridges, there's still sets of 3. But like, it's kind of funny to see that, system sort of breaking down. How there used to be just a whole lot of organization where it's like, oh yeah, every area has 12 ghosts exactly. Now it's just kind of like, oh yeah, ghosts. It's the newest quest in Ghost Simulator. It doesn't actually provide you anything useful. It's just one of those things where at some point I do need to catch myself up with like lore, catch myself up with like the new areas that have been coming out. So doing the quest line that comes out with the areas is a pretty good strategy. Also, why is the club... Why is the club red in the spade black, and then in the center fountain, they're the correct colors? I'm so confused. Why are the colors different? Am I the only one that's kind of annoyed that they do that? The clubs and diamonds change color? Like, I understand the idea of wanting to, like, organize those by, like, I don't know, suit and color. But, like, if you're going to mismatch the colors, at least make them the right color. Remnant World's chaotic, that's why? Consistency, though! Like, if the club here is black, why is the club there red? Like, Queen looks like an organized person. She's the ruler of a kingdom. She's going to be somewhat organized. She isn't just going to go be like, oh yeah, they'll just be random colors. It's fine. She like owns a whole castle and everything. And Ram is like super organized. They care about the members and everything. And they just go make, oh yeah, clubs can change color. Actually, that was like perfect gum timing. Different teams. I think it's more of just an aesthetic choice. It's not really anything lore based. It's just kind of a weird aesthetic choice. Yeah, there's a bit of lag in Ghost Simulator. Most of the lag is usually just my PC, not like the stream or anything. So, occasionally you guys do have some lag on your end or something. Let's see, how many more items do I need? Okay, we're almost done with T sets. Okay, for anyone who's done the quest, is there a quest that requires you to upgrade your antenna to level 30? Because if that's so, I might just skip that quest, just to confirm that you, just to confirm whether or not you need level 29 for any, or level 30 for anything that comes out later. But yeah. No, there isn't. Okay, good. In that case, we won't be upgrading our antenna to level 30. Just because, like, I don't think it'll be required, and I think it'll be something useless later on. And something I can laugh at other people for doing. Because that's a lot of items it requires. And I'd rather save those items for gum or something else. I'll probably keep those items on hand just in case I do need to upgrade it, like, quickly for, like, a stream or something. But, yeah. Also, I hate grinding in these new areas. The ghost health just feels so weird. Like, you one-shot every single ghost, and your backpack fills up super quickly. That's, like, not really how it should be. Like in, like, Ghost World, Remnant World, or not Remnant World. Ghost World, like, main hub. You don't one-shot ghosts, unless they, like, do nothing to your pack size. And it's so weird to have it where it's like, oh yeah, your pack size isn't going to, your pack size is filling up, but you aren't really doing any work on the actual ghosts. Alright, how many of these, roses do I have? I probably should have checked before I, blue ribbons. Okay, 216. Alright, so I need about 100 more of each, which is about 3 drops. Yeah, it's actually, grinding items isn't too hard for the quest, it looks like. Just because they do drop up to like 50 or 40 or whatever per ghost when you do have double drops on and glitchy loot. So it's not too bad for me. I do feel like a lot of people, if they don't have double drops, this is going to be a pain for them to do. Again, that goes back to a point I made a long time ago and been like, I kind of make this every stream. I probably shouldn't mention it. But the fact that item drops need to be changed and go similar, like how they work right now, it's endgame people have it so easy when it comes to grinding gems or grinding gums and items and stuff. Whereas like new people struggle so much. And there's not really an easy way to fix that by like just buffing stuff. Because if you just buff all item drops, it becomes too easy for endgame people to grind, and it kind of makes it pointless. So rather than that, they kind of need to do some buff or some change, I guess, to how like item drops work in the first place. So rather than being a multiplying times 2 times 4, 3 times 8 for like endgame people, it could be a time plus 100%, plus 300% for plus 400%, or 5 times multiplier for endgame people. Make it a little bit more balanced. This will be pain. This quest line is actually not that difficult from what I've done so far. 300, so I just need 10 more blue ribbons, it looks like. Which is pretty much going to be any of these ghosts now. Because it's like, it's impossible that I vacuum like 10 ghosts and don't get any blue ribbons. Not impossible, but like very unlikely. Like, we really don't even need loot gum for that to get 9 drops from a ghost. Yeah, there we go. We have the items now, so we should be able to just go ahead and unlock it. Even if we already had access to it. We'll go ahead and unlock it. What did you miss? You missed the first 10 quests of Queen. 11 now. Oh well, whatever, blah blah blah. Jewels now. Hunter wanders around our gardens in my absence. I should like it. Splendors and tranquil. Phantom Castle, still calmer. Blah blah blah. Clean up. Alright, we are cleaning something up. Funny. Oh. Huh? Oh, Rook Ghost. Oh, yeah. I see. Oh, and I just used gum. Oh, how many gems does this get? 54 million. Actually, that's not a bad amount of gems. Like, this gem chest is actually not horrible. Usually devs end up making the gem chest pretty unbalanced in this game, but like 54 million gems. I mean, it is kind of low. Like for me, that's like 1/10 of a boss now. But like for some of you guys, I'm sure 54 million is going to actually make a pretty good dent into some crates. How do I not care about the lore? I've never really cared about lore in Ghost Simulator. I played more of the game for the grinding aspect of it than the lore aspect. I do think the lore matters. I just am not someone who does care about the lore. I care more about the fact that these gem drops are actually useless for me, and most people, in my opinion. Oh, look, there's Hearts. And she's sad, which is not good. Oh, and there is the dude. He's kind of getting haunted by ghosts. And there's the forest. Okay. I see. There is lore written on the walls, and I am not going to decipher it all. Oh, and there's Phantom. Nice. Actually, I wonder what... Like, I'm sure all this stuff on the walls is actually, like, indicative... Are those bunny prints? Those are bunny prints. And there's Joker. Yeah, I'm sure all this stuff, like, it has more deeper meaning. Oh, that is interesting. Because that's an NPC behind another NPC. Uh-oh. Why is Ace crossed off there? That's not good. Alright, there's a lot of lore here in, yeah, guys. You see how this bunny turns into actual footprints and handprints? This kind of proves the fact that I was thinking about earlier, that Phantom is both an NPC and the bunny. I was thinking the bunny was going to be a shape-shifting bunny, and it looks like it is correct based off of this little footprint sequence. Like, you start off with bunny stuff, then you get handprints and footprints, and then you just get feet. Prints. Diamond can't hear. The Joker and whatever that dude is like to play games. Yeah, okay. It seems like there's pretty good art lore there. You definitely understand if you read the questline. Yeah, reading the questline. Yeah, I'd do that. You can have a Rose NPC. I guess we do. Morgan and Rose. Yeah, okay. We do have a Rose NPC. I wouldn't have guessed that, but we do. Huh? Who's this? Like this looks like Jonas, but it's not Jonas. Can't be Jonas. Yeah, I have no idea what this wall is, but it's kind of funny looking at all that, and like there is lore behind it, but I don't know what it is most of the time. All right, we're going to go ahead and equip actually, I think this gum now, because we don't actually care about item drops anymore. But yeah. Yes. Yeah. I read dialogue, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. All Ghost Simulator. Yeah, I could do all Ghost Simulator lore, but like, do you really think I'm the person to do that? Like, that'd require me to actually have read lore. I wouldn't be horrible at it. I have read enough lore to make a decent stab at it. I just think there'd be people better at that, and like, the way I make videos isn't really, wouldn't be really great of a video on that actual stuff. Also, you can like straight up upgrade that, and the packs are so much more expensive than the vacuums. That's kind of funny. Yeah, Ace either escaped, and actually, the thing about Ace is he was, in the first arc, he was made to sort of, be a spy for the devs. So it's entirely possible that he was just added later on or something, and so that's why he came from Remnant World, just because devs decided, oh yeah, we don't need him in Remnant World, he'll be make use in the actual current world. But Ace is also like Green Knight or something. So yeah, there's a lot of lore with Ace that's going on, and I'm not following lore enough to actually make a decent stab at it. All I know is he's Green Knight, and he's important or something. This is probably Ace's redemption arc. Yeah, I've given up decoding those length stuff, like... He isn't a remnant. Yeah, Ace isn't a remnant, obviously. Because he was used in the first arc. Like, Billy in some respects isn't a remnant, because he is, but he isn't. But because he was in the first arc, but not really, because he didn't really actually make a good appearance. He was more of just a random NPC rather than a lore NPC that helped the devs, like Ace was. But yeah. But yeah, this haul is kind of interesting because it does document, with the pictures on the wall, like kind of what the struggles of the remnants are. Like it's showing how, showing like how a lot of like, okay, showing how Diamond Camp here, Joker, or not Joker, not who am I thinking of? Oh yeah, not this dude. This girl's kind of alone. Broke her glasses, stuff like that. Sad, lonely. He's getting tormented by ghosts. So, I don't know. It definitely outlines a lot of the lore in a very, very different way than, like, dialogue in Ghost Simulator about what's going on. But, yeah. That's why he's marked with an X. Yeah, I can see that. I don't understand, though, why that's so special. I wouldn't consider Ace... Okay. I should phrase this. I should think before I just start speaking and end up talking. I don't understand why it's significant that Ace isn't a remnant. I feel like it's one of those things. I always miss these candles. These candles do not look like ghosts to me. They just look like decoration, and I miss them every single time. But yeah, I wouldn't think of Ace as a remnant, even though he is named similar to the remnants. I would just think, yeah, devs named him Ace anyways. And it's just coincidence that his naming doesn't fit in. I wouldn't even think that's important. R-E-M-N-A-N-T. Uh-oh, that's not remnant. That's 8 letters. Alright, what 8-letter word? Yeah, no, I'm not figuring that out. There's too many possible 8-letter words. And the only 4-letter words I can come up with at this point is help, kill, and like. And none of those are going to be very good in that sentence structure. Because it's definitely help, like, it's definitely a 4-letter word, and then something else. Something that ends with doesn't have a... Ooh, that's actually quite a bit of help. Doesn't have a... Now I could just go use some online tools for this, but... Huh. Oh, open one pet from any pet crate. We can do this, guys. Guys. We're gonna get a Sandstorm, trust. Okay, it wasn't a Sandstorm. Does it have a... Ends with double S. Obviously, the only word I'm coming up with is success, but that's obviously wrong. Okay, we're almost done with this quest line. Maybe at some point we'll go... Access? No. Painted. Doesn't have a mega boss. Yeah, I would have never guessed that. Because like all the other NPCs don't have a mega boss either. That doesn't even make sense. Like we have Great Guardian, which really isn't connected to any NPC other than maybe Gatekeeper, but that's kind of loosely. I mean, we have the NPCs, I get, or the devs, which have a mega boss, but I don't know. That was too big of a leak, dude. That was way too big. But yeah. Let's see. 15 painted Rose Ghost, 20 Cheshire, 25 playing guards. Alright. Yeah, this quest should take about 10 minutes. A lot of puzzle pieces are clicking together, though, with that sentence. Yeah, I have no idea, though. I have no idea what those puzzle pieces are, but there are puzzle pieces clicking. Anyways, this newest NPC doesn't look like it'll be super impactful for a lot of people to do. It won't take too much time since it doesn't require any items in addition to what you need for upgrading your antenna, which is usually a really good sign. A lot of the times with these NPCs, if they do require items, it takes away from your progression to do the quests themselves. Especially if you look at like main hub quests, they'll require you to grab like 20 items or something, and you need 20 items to upgrade your antenna, and you basically need to upgrade your antenna twice if you want to do that quest. But since this quest only requires you to go ahead and grab ghosts, really the only quest that will take additional time in addition to completing the antenna levels is going to be this last two quests where you already have everything unlocked. So I think for the most people, it shouldn't be too hard of quest to just go ahead and do as they're doing it, which is pretty good because as it stands, there are a lot of useless quests in Ghost Simulator, and with this one not providing a perk, it was kind of likely that this NPC would kind of follow that same trend where it becomes useless later on. So it's nice to see that it's at least not a hard structured quest, so that people can actually like do the quest without actually forfeiting a lot of progress, even if it is useless rewards. So yeah, I would recommend doing it. Like, obviously it is kind of useless, so it isn't really required. And unlike Billy, which actually does give you a perk, I wouldn't say it's a useful perk. This questline doesn't give you a perk, so it's not the worst quest, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I definitely have appreciated it more though if these quests had more perks involved with them. Like I've been having an idea for a pretty good perk for a while now. Devs still haven't added it. Where you could have like a store up your find items and stuff. So you need to go find a ring or something for an NPC. If you found it, like touched it before you started doing the quest or something, you could get it auto completed. It just made grinding a little bit more efficient for like rebirths and stuff. Obviously they don't need to add stuff like that, but I think everyone in Ghost Simulator loves new NPCs with new perks. So yeah. Ooh, that's a lot of Cheshires. But yeah. Also, what NPCs haven't we got? We haven't got Clubs because he's Gatekeeper, and we haven't got Diamonds because she's more of a final thing where she kind of more mysterious, given at the beginning, but not doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes rather than being I don't know, an NPC that talks to you more things. I don't know how to phrase that correctly, but yeah. She never really felt like an NPC that we'd be getting early on. So it'll be interesting to see if we actually do end up getting a Diamonds NPC. A little secret? Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't hear anything from you. All I know is the stuff that I already knew, that Bunny transforms into a NPC, and dude with the watch is kind of weird. The Bunny Boy, whatever Sam calls them, which is actually not a bad name for it. The only question I have is whether or not Bunny Boy is Phantom, or is just they very closely connected to Phantom. That's really the only question I have left on this arc. Because one of them makes a lot more sense than the other. Actually, I have more questions than that, but like Joker questions aren't going to be answered anytime soon, so it's not a huge priority to question like what in the world Joker is going to be doing in this second arc. Because, yeah. As it stands right now, like Joker, is he going to be a villain? Is he just going to be a random dude? Is he going to be similar to Bo, where he's like, oh yeah, we're all going to be friends now? Or is he going to be kind of like an anti-Bo, where it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm actually creating an army to destroy everyone with, and y'all will bow down to me or something. I don't know. We'll see. Actually, do we have enough remnant coins for the best pack yet? Yes, we do. All right, there we go. We are now all caught up with our back size. What are we doing in our 90%? Okay. Beautiful. But yeah, getting this biggest pack was probably the biggest thing that they added in this update, other than lore. Obviously, this new area in the Queen NPC do give quite a bit of lore. This area specifically has a lot of lore hidden in it, in all these symbols and stuff. Like, who in the world's this dude? Oh, this is the... oh, I see. This guy looks like someone I haven't seen before. I don't know. We'll see. Ag. I fell. I'm thinking Joker's Bow. Yeah, I don't know. The thing about Joker is that we've actually already seen him. He was an NPC in the Halloween event. And yeah, there he didn't act too much differently than Bo would. But yeah, I don't know. Joker could definitely be Bo. I don't think he is, but like, go similar lore. I don't really understand anyways, so when I don't think something could be the case, it doesn't usually mean too much. That's a ghost eye, it's not a guy. No, that's a ghost. See? That's a guy. See how there's gears here? There's this thing. It's a guy. There's no... Oh wait, I might be dumb. Is it actually one of these ghosts that is over here in the clockwork area? Alright. Alright. There's the clockwork area, correct? Yes, there is. This area. You are right. It does seem to be a ghost. Okay. Yeah, this is how much I know about lore. I don't even know. I have never really played in Remnant World, to be honest. There's really no use to actually come back to Remnant World, unlike stuff like Backdoor, Main Hub, Ghost World, where there's always there's something to grind in all of those worlds. Unlike that, Remnant World pretty much has nothing to grind for, which is kind of confusing, kind of yeah, it's kind of confusing that there's really nothing to do in Remnant World. So that most people just end up skipping Remnant World entirely. Once they complete it once, they don't ever go back to it. Which isn't quite how skipping works, but you guys get my point. You guys get my point, correct? That Remnant World really isn't, like, super useful, and so no one really remembers what exactly is going on there. Correct? It's not just me that has no idea what's going on in Remnant World. Like, I did... Guys, I don't know how many of you guys were here when I had no idea where the Enchanted Jungle was, even though it's the first area. First area of Remnant World. I had no idea that it was called Enchanted Jungle. Which is just funny. That's how much I'm paying attention to Remnant World. We're on to the third area, and I still don't even know what the first area is called. Or we're on to the 13th area, and I don't know what the first area is called yet. Yeah, I totally read lore, guys. You guys saw how much I was reading the Queen's lore, correct? I read like 5 or 6 words total over a 14 quest line. That's definitely enough to understand what's going on with her NPC. But yeah, one of the interesting things about our Queen, I think, someone said she's the remnant of Rose, which matches up a little bit with what I've heard from other people. But like one of the interesting things is that like Queen is kind of the leader-ish of Ram, since she's the Queen. I don't think she's actually like the leader of it, since Phantom's obviously that, and I don't know if there's she's more of a dignified leader where it's, or a figurehead, I guess. What's that price jump? Yeah, but like it doesn't really make sense when you consider other possibilities. Like Queen as a leader would make more sense to be kind of a remnant of like Luna or Riley or one of the leaders of Ram or not Ram, of the remnants of the Forgotten, or Agents of the Forgotten, or like Agents of are they the Agents of the Forgotten? I don't remember. But like Associates of the Forgotten or the Agents of Luna. It'd make more sense for her to be like one of the remnant of one of the leaders, just based on like, I don't know, the fact that those are leaders in first arc and first arc already. It'd make more sense to have the leader of second arc, or a pretty close leader, be also a leader of be a remnant of a leader. I don't know. POV, you don't play Ghost Simulator anymore? Yeah, I can't really blame you. There's not too much going on for like endgame of Ghost Simulator, unless you get like 1,000 rebirths, and then at that point the endgame of Ghost Simulator gets really boring because you do get trillions of gems like super easily. But yeah, there's definitely something lacking in Ghost Simulator where not a lot of people end up wanting to spend time later on once a lot of people grow bored of Ghost Simulator. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. Also, oh, is this actually blocked off? I wanted to go check out what's going on back here because this area feels a lot bigger than it needs to be, and I'm always a little concerned that there might be something hiding on back in these areas where no one will check. Why is there a clubs banner and a diamonds banner? Okay. Wait, what? Oh, there's the banners I was looking for. The Spades and Hearts banner. Okay. It's fine. Since Spades and Billy share a mustache, Alice and Shelley are both blonde. Queen and Rose have similar hair. like Brandon, I'm thinking this is the pattern. The remnants and NPCs have similar looks. Yeah, I guess that would work. I personally think like I would generally think like character traits would be the similar characteristics rather than that. But like Spades, okay, Spades and Billies are the same NPC. They aren't remnants of each other or anything like that. They are the same NPC. But yeah, I get what you're saying. They look similar, but I feel like it's more of a characteristic that usually is what remnants and alter egos are usually based off of, rather than visual stuff. But if that's the case, Leo's, or the remnant for Leo will probably be the king NPC, since I think that was the one that most closely looks like that picture that we have of the male NPC that we don't have yet. Maybe both visual and characteristics. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I haven't really been paying attention to lore, so I can't say they aren't. That isn't the pattern. And I mean, you know more about lore than I do, so I can't really say that anyways. But yeah. I definitely say if they are going based off of looks, Leo is definitely, I think, the best candidate for being the remnant or the non-remnant counterpart of the next, or of like the remnant king or whatever the picture is in Wonder House of an NPC, but I don't know for certain. I haven't really compared them too much. But if that is the pattern, that'd be my guess on the next remnant. Alright, grab all these ghosts. Alright, am I not the only one that came into this area for the first time and thought like some of the candles are just decoration? Because as it stands, like you come up to these and they look like they're just like candles sitting until they start moving. It's very hard to tell that they're actually ghosts. Yeah, honestly, I can't really blame you guys. That's the thing about Ghost Simulator. Everyone pretty much goes through this same, like, same cycle of playing Ghost Simulator a lot and then stop playing and then, being like, oh yeah, I remember this game, I liked it. And then going back to it and then tiring out again. Like, even, like, old players, like, end up doing that same cycle where they play for a lot and then they end up being like, oh yeah, get bored of it and then leave for a while and then come back to it. You'll see a lot of people from like at the first part of it are like, oh yeah, I remember this game. I came back to it. What's changed? A lot of people from Easter events. A lot of people from like first Halloween event. It's a very common predicament to just grow bored of a game. Yeah, it's for that reason I've been playing a lot of other games recently. Like you guys may have noticed, I've not been playing for the last like 2 months or something. I wasn't doing too much Ghost Simulator content, and that was mainly because I wasn't playing Ghost Simulator like at all during that time. So I was playing a lot of other games for like the last like month or two. So you guys definitely aren't the only ones that aren't playing Ghost Simulator as much. For the last 2 months I've been playing other games. Mainly that's been like Steam games. Bloons TD6, phone games like Clash Royale, or not Clash Royale, Brawl Stars, stuff like that, where it's like not really anything related to Ghost Simulator. I just haven't felt like playing Ghost Simulator, but yeah. Tried Hypixel Skyblock. I played it for a while, like 3 years ago. I haven't played it recently, and I don't think I will, to be honest. I don't know. maybe I would start like a new one, but I feel like I'll just be like way too far behind, and like unable to catch up or anything. Oh wait, there's a puppy? I want this puppy. This puppy's now mine. Actually, I'll co-share it with this person. I just want to pet it. Don't want it to be mine. I wanted to pet it. I'm sorry, I just noticed this one. This picture's cool. I want it. I want this in game now. The dog, I mean. But yeah, this is the King NPC that has been hinted at in Wonder House. Looks very similar. And I don't know, you guys can probably see why I'm thinking it's Leo. But obviously it could be pretty much any NPC at that point. But yeah, we'll go look at it in Wonder House because I'm too distracted at this point. They should make Ghost Simulator YouTuber themed pets and boards. Yeah, I think at one point they were planning on adding, or they did add YouTuber codes to the game, where you could enter a YouTuber's code and get like gum, and they were planning on making a pet and board for that. Okay, let's see, where is, yeah, this NPC is the one that hasn't been added yet, and it's kind of obvious that that's like a king or something. But yeah, obviously he's coming with a dog, which I am going to enjoy. But yeah, we'll exit now. That wasn't an exit. Is there an exit? Where is exit? Where is the exit? There is the exit. Yeah, another problem really with me in like games like that, I optimize the fun out of most games. So like even like Ghost Simulator, you guys notice I pretty much grind as efficiently as possible whenever I do grind, which makes the game a little bit more, a lot more boring than if you just play it like casually or anything. And it gets even worse when you have open games like the Hypixel and stuff. Like I will just try my hardest to get through as far as possible, as quick as possible, which usually means I'm wasting like, and then I'm like optimizing by like not using resources I really should. Like, I know, like healing potions is probably the best example of this in my games. I will not use healing potions because they're a limited resource, even if I need to like not die or something in games. Not Hypixel specifically, but like rogue games and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't want to use this. I only have like 20 uses of it. And if I don't use it, I can save them. And so yeah, it ends up just becoming a pain. Pain to play games like that. But yeah, that's the thing. I optimize, if I'm grinding the same thing for an hour just because it's the most efficient thing or something like that. And just, I don't know. It gets boring quickly, and I mean, I could make content on Hypixel, but like that's the thing about me and Minecraft content. I've tried Minecraft content in the past, and the way I edit videos, the way I make videos doesn't really work great with Minecraft. I haven't really figured out how to make Minecraft content, and Minecraft's already super saturated as it is. So if I do enter into like making Minecraft content, the people who watch me for Ghost Simulator aren't going to watch me for Minecraft, and so I end up just. You guys can go look at some of my Minecraft videos. They aren't the greatest, so that explains some of their lower numbers. But like, they're even a lot lower view numbers than like some of my other videos that I make. Like, I don't know. I'll make a horrible Ghost Simulator video and I'll get more views on it than if I make like a really good, edited, thought out, scripted Minecraft video. It just really doesn't feel like it's worth my time to make Minecraft content, to be honest. Yeah, it is. It's how it is. Alright, let's see. We need 2 more candle ghosts, and then we're good. Oh, there they are. Yeah, guys, there is 2 wisp ghosts here, and I almost turned around and left because I didn't think there was any ghosts. I don't know what it is, but those wisp ghosts They do not look like ghosts. They just look like decoration parts. I can't be the only one that does that, but man, it's so weird. Like, I know they are ghosts, but they just look like decorations. Stash any more than this. Items from any biomes along this route. I shall have you collect some anyway. This trip will serve a memorable. Hunter, before you send off, there is one more thing I must say. When you enter the battle, when you fight me and my compatriots, do not wave at me. Just remember to please give me time to give those ribbons to Rose. Just a recess to hang out. A time to show her my gratitude for helping me, albeit inadvertently. Thank you now, Hunter. Now collect some items. Alright, so apparently she is definitely hinting that we will be fighting her soon. Which is great and lovely and definitely not hinted at before. Also, we need to go collect items, which is going to be a pain. I see. Yeah, I think I skipped the part where she's explaining why we need to go fight her. Because I don't see why we need to go fight these NPCs, because they seem like they're very nice NPCs. Other than maybe Phantom and Joker, which might be a little bit nefarious, but I think they're fine. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with these new NPCs, to be honest. Yeah, I have no idea. I haven't been paying attention to the lore, so I have no idea what fighting has to do about why we'd be fighting these NPCs. Didn't get any hints or anything like that either. Let's see. Okay, I need about 100 more of all the items except for blue ribbons. Alright, how long is this stream? Only an hour and a half so far. Nice. Alright, hopefully we can finish up this quest line pretty quickly, as in this gum. I mean, that would require to get a little bit lucky with some of these drops, which I don't think these drops and lucky should go in the same sentence based on my experience. Oh. Full. But yeah. Yeah, it's actually a pretty tame quest line. I definitely feel like it could have been made a little bit longer. I feel like a lot of the times these NPCs are more difficult than the NPCs we get in like the first 5 minutes of the game. Not quite. It's more of like this quest line is probably easier than Jesse's quest line. And Jesse's quest line you get right at the beginning of Ghost Simulator. I don't understand why that's the case, but it is definitely kind of annoying that it does happen that way. Also, how to get roles in your server. I hand them out. I have a role. I have a channel that explains what the roles do. If you haven't got like the person role, that means the bot is down and decided that you don't deserve to be able to get a role in the server. And I'll have to add it manually because the bot is weird. But other than that, the other ones are pretty self-explanatory. And based on whenever I feel like adding roles to people, which means it's very arbitrary and not something that is likely to happen anywhere in the near future. All right, there we go. Got our T sets. I do have person. Nice. Yeah, that's the main role that matters in there. All the other ones are just kind of cosmetic. Except for admin, which no one actually has, so it's not really too much of an issue. Yeah, it's definitely we're going to be fighting something. And it looks like we are going to be fighting Queen for sure for some reason. In her quest line, she says we will be fighting her. I don't know what exactly that means. or why we'll be fighting her, but we will be. So looks like we'll have some sort of boss fight going on. Give me items. Give me items. Okay, whatever. We'll bring another gum. But yeah, it definitely doesn't look like this area will be too good for grinding enchanted gum, just based off the drop rate so far. Oh no, I didn't. No one asked to be mod. Just some bots came in, and I was busy doing other stuff, so I just gave someone mod to deal with the bots. Yeah, they are still mod too, is the funny thing, and I haven't seen them in like, I don't know, a year or something. I'll probably unmod them soon, but yeah, it's one of those things where it really doesn't mean too much to be a mod. Like, it means you have to do more work, and that's pretty much it. Guys, I need 8 more items. Why haven't I got 8 more items yet? Also, is it just me or is everyone feeling like these new vacuums are useless? Like, the backpacks are very good upgrades, but the vacuums just feel useless. I don't know whether that's just me with my super OP pet team, or if that's just everyone in general. I feel like it's everyone in general, but like, again, I can't undo having good pets, so actually I can, but I won't. Is, I guess, a better way of phrasing that, but yeah. Aurora. Alright, there we go. We're done with the NPC. We have managed to read all of the lore. And no one here will be able to contradict me because I just a second. Remnant Queen. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I read all the lore. Let's see. Yes. Interesting. Nice. Cool. Lore. Space was put into place. Nice. Queen. Phantom. Rose. Gain access. Alright. There we go. I read the lore. No, but anyways, reading the lore from the wiki is actually a really good way to get caught up on lore if you don't like reading it in-game. I know it's kind of tedious to actually read the lore in-game, so I'm glad that the wiki people keep that thing up to date. At some point I will read the lore, or will read at least some of the lore, to make sure that people aren't, like, sharing misinformation or something on my Discord server or something, because people like to do that. Someone named Highest is actually a very bad example of sharing this information. Like, if you've seen Highest's YouTube channel, you know just how bad he is. Like, he used to think that gum stacked additively with multipliers, and it was a bad mistake. But yeah. Oh yeah, I do need to do that trade at some point. Not right now. Right now I am doing yeah, right now I'm doing grinding to work on getting some more preparation for getting my next Sandstorm. I think once I get my next Sandstorm, I think I would be willing to try that one. I think I think keeping one is probably my only requirement. But before I do try the one I have, I do need to get another. And before I get another, I need to go grind some glitchy lucky gum, because right now I'm pretty much out of glitchy lucky gum. So I thought for this stream would go ahead and do 30 minutes of like grinding gum, just to get my gum quantities up a little bit. Yeah, and I know I've kept telling you that in my opinion, Brim's Portal is worth more than Sandstorm. I just need to make sure that's re-emphasized every time that trade gets brought up, so people aren't like accusing me later when later in like
as in like in 2 months or something, when the trade gets brought up or something, and someone's like, hey, that's a horrible trade. Grimm's Portal's worth so much more than Sandstorm. You should have gotten like 5 Sandstorms from it. People are like, hey, Highest, you're scamming people out here. Because that is how this economy works, for whatever reason. No, that's just kind of how this community works. People don't like scamming, so it's best to make sure both parties know what value is. I'm kind of lagging. Yeah, that might be... I am only running at 20 FPS for the stream, so if it's a 20 FPS lag and you're running on like 120 FPS, and it looks just very slow, that's probably why. I mean, to be honest, guys, even if I was running at like 30 FPS, it wouldn't be too much better because I'm maxing it. I'm generally not too much greater on my thing, but yeah, Roblox also likes to lag quite a bit too, so I don't know. Usually my webcam's about the best quality you'll be getting. Sometimes it's not me lagging, it's your Wi-Fi lagging, so you can always check that too, but I do understand that the stream is not the highest quality since it is being recorded on a laptop. Also, what have I been doing? Was I trolling or something? Because we are way behind where I should be when it comes to grinding gum. Alright. Also, I laughed when you read the lore. Yeah! That's frankly probably more than I usually read lore on the first day of me doing the questline. Usually I wait until like a week after or something when I actually start hearing stuff about the NPCs to go read the actual dialogue and see where I'm mistaken about what actually went on in their dialogue. But yeah, right now I'm lagging definitely quite a bit, so I can see that. Like, you guys can see the frame rate up there. You guys know when I'm lagging. Alright, let's try to make a clean trip this time instead of a half trip. But yeah, this is the path I generally use for grinding gum in Ghost Simulator. It's been the same for the last like 3 years just because there's really been no improvements to gum grinding. Like even with Remnant World Route 3 out, it isn't even better to grind in Remnant World yet for enchanted gums, just because the rate on enchanted gums is so low for the item drops that you end up really getting nothing in comparison to like backdoors. Like I was saying earlier, they're pretty much the only useful gum to grind for in enchanted areas is the enchanted rift gum. Just because every other gum you just need so much of it to be useful that it's hard to get the required amount. Like even with enchanted rift gum, it isn't super useful just because rift gum in general isn't super useful. Like pretty much everyone nowadays doesn't use rift gum for getting gems. Pretty much everyone uses grinding bosses to sell with X gum to get gems from that way. Just because it's so much more efficient to do it that way. But yeah, you guys can definitely see the lag going on when I'm in your backdoor. I honestly have no idea why it's so laggy in backdoor. Like, I didn't have too much problems in Remnant World, even though Remnant World is so much more, Remnant World's so much more, oh, is that what it is? No, there's no way that's what it is. It is probably that, isn't it? But yeah, I have no idea why I'm so much more laggy in backdoor. Like, the only thing I can think of is because there's a map here, for whatever reason, the check that the devs do to make sure your position is accurate on that map. For whatever the check there, where like every time you change your X or Y, that causes an extreme amount of lag. So the fact that the map's constantly updating and I'm constantly moving around causes a lot more lag than it should. I'm guessing it's just the fact that I don't know, just Ghost Simulator in general, I think, but I have no idea. It does definitely. I would definitely say this is pretty much the same thing I was doing in Remnant Zone, and yet it feels like about, I don't know, 3 times more laggy sometimes, but yeah. Yeah, I think maybe you should go at least do something for that. But yeah. Maybe I should get an FPS unlocker. Yeah, I don't know. It might help, but that's the thing about my computer. It's not the highest end, so like even if I use like an FPS unlocker, I don't know how much even 4 frame rates I'd actually gain. And I usually only record at 20 FPS anyways, just because like if I'm recording at 60 FPS, that's taking 3 times the resources, which means it's going to be about 3 times more laggy. Which means it's only going to be recording at like 10 FPS instead of whatever it should be recording at. Just because of how slow my computer is. But yeah, I don't know exactly how an FPS unlocker works, so it might be helpful. I personally don't see how it would be super useful, but the amount of times I do get recommended it may indicate that I should try it out at least. All right. We've done, what, like 5 minutes of gum grinding and I'm already bored? Yeah, this is the problem with grinding gum. You get bored of it so quickly. Alright, let's just convert all my items because I have a decent amount right now. 199 gums. And I got 1 glitchy lucky gum. Alright. I give up. We have a supply of ghostly lucky gum. We'll call that good for my next Sandstorm. The amount of gems I should be getting improvement with the bigger pack size though should make up for the fact that I'm switching down to ghostly lucky gum instead of glitchy lucky gum. Right? Honestly, I don't even know at this point. Let's go grind let's go grind in some public servers and get a little bit of gems. I actually really do want to see how many gems I do get for Ocel now. Because with that recent pack size increase and the new Sandstorm I have, I should be getting about 400 million gems per cell. Which will just make getting my next Sandstorm quite a bit easier than it already was. So I kind of want to see how many gems I can get pretty easily. And then maybe we'll go unbox, like, get 10 billion gems and then try to go unbox for a Sandstorm or something like that. See if we can't do that. Anyways, Roblox, you don't need to have that open. Thank you. Alright. Oh, it's a race. Everyone loves races. Is there really... Oh, there's a dino. I was about to say, is there really no Dino King in here? Nope, there's a dino. Right there. Actually, we do have one enchanted X gum. We could use that instead. Yeah. Alright, we'll use it 1 enchanted X gum just to see how many gems I get from the maximum amount of gems I can get from a boss right now. Obviously, like, right now my pets aren't maxed out. Like, my Sandstorm's only barely level 2. I have a level 14 Cosmic Wing still. And all of my dev classifieds are still level 14 too. But yeah, it should be a pretty good amount of gems with using Enchanted X Gum. But yeah, how long would it take me to get enough gems for the best classified at this point? I'm thinking it would take me like pretty close to like 10 10 to 20 hours to grind enough gems for the best crate classified when it came out. The 10 million cost crate, which is actually insane to think about. The fact that there are people that are able to get trillions of gems, and so they could actually get that like a few minutes. 160 million gems in a few minutes. Or billion. Numbers are getting so big. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and use this now before I forget. And yeah. Yeah, we'll go see how many gems I get. 3, 4. $1 for those. And there's 6. Alright, so this is the most amount of gems I can get per cell at this point. Most of the time I will be using Glitchy X Gum instead of Enchanted X Gum, but yeah. It should still be pretty similar amounts. But yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting. I'm getting around 500 million, 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, 400 million, 500 million. Yeah, just over 500 million gems per cell with Enchanted X Gum. So just over 400 million with Glitchy X Gum. Which should take me around 25 bosses for 10 billion. So about an hour, which is actually a pretty good upgrade from my previous time where I was usually taking around 40 bosses in about 2.5 hours. So Sandstorm and the new pack size increase is pretty good for that. Still not enough to actually grind in like Ghost World or anything like that, just because I'm missing so many Soul Tycoons, but yeah. Alright, there should be a mini king somewhere here. There it is. But yeah, maybe I could actually get a Sandstorm this stream. I'm trying to think of how long it would take me to actually get a Sandstorm. I mean, I don't have any really glitchy Lucky Gum, so I'd be using Ghostly Lucky Gum. Yeah, I'll probably get like, I don't know. We'll probably spend like 30 minutes trying to get some gems, and then see if we can actually get a Sandstorm this stream. That seems like something interesting to do. I was like, swore I equipped Glitchy X Gum. Also, there's this funny bug. If you use a gum that is your last of a type of gum, for instance, I only have, alright, I have more than one of any gum. But yeah, if you only have like one of a gum, you can actually, if you use that gum, you actually unequip your gum hotkey no matter what's in your gum hotkey, which is kind of a pain. So if I use this Enchanted Nitro Loot Gum, it would actually unequip my currently equipped gum, which is kind of weird. It's a bug in Ghost Simulator. You guys probably saw it when I used my Enchanted X Gum. Also, at some point, I do need to make an updated video on how to grind for gems. My question for you guys is, would you guys prefer for me to wait until, like, Remnant World's, like, completely finished, like, they get the boss out, they get the converter for Remnant World out, and to figure out where that stands? Or would you guys prefer it out, like, right now, because there is the new classified out recently? Because, like, on one hand, it makes a little bit more sense for me to wait until like everything's balanced out so I can figure out what the best way to grind long term is to make a long term video. But at the same time, like, if you guys... Having it out now wouldn't be too bad for you guys if you guys want to go for, like, a Sandstorm. Also, I've been thinking about doing a new video idea, where I, like, launch a new account and see how long it'd take me to get, like, a... like, Cosmic Wing, or maybe even this new Sandstorm on, like, a new account. I feel like that would be interesting. Alright, there we go. 400. I don't know. How many gems should I go for this Sandstorm? I'm thinking we'll be getting in the 30 minutes, probably around 5 billion. So I should still be able to use, like, all of my glitchy Lucky Gum, which is going to be kind of nice, because I don't feel like unboxing with Ghostly Lucky Gum, because if you guys don't know, Ghostly Lucky Gum's multiplier is 2 times, whereas Glitchy Lucky Gum's multiplier is 2.75 times. So it's like a huge increase going from Ghostly Lucky Gum to Glitchy Lucky Gum. And like all the Ghostly Lucky Gum I have right now is actually a lot less than the amount of Glitchy Lucky Gum I've had. So yeah. 15 billion? Yeah, 15 billion is technically about the correct amount to get a pretty good chance at it. I think it's like a 60% chance at that point. But we'll probably not be getting up to 15 billion in the next 30 minutes. Maybe off stream I'll get up to 15 billion and use those, but yeah, I don't know why. Gum grinding is so boring in Ghost Simulator. Like, I had this whole plan of this stream, completing the NPC and then doing an hour of gum grinding to get myself a good quantity of Glitchy Lucky Gum for unboxing. I spent 6 minutes on unboxing for... I spent 6 minutes on grinding for Glitchy Gums. Which, if you guys don't know, 6 minutes is a lot less than an hour. Also, I have like 4 Spade Harbinger bags. It's kind of bad. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but Remnant World just doesn't feel like it's worth grinding ever, even for the boss. I thought an hour was 6 minutes. Yeah. No, an hour is actually like 7 minutes. Oh, fun. I'm addicted. Yeah, once you start opening those loot bags, there's no going back. But yeah, that's the thing. Dino, there's some loot bags and items in here that aren't really worth saving, so you can kind of just unbox them whenever you want. But then there's stuff like anonymous loot bags and Jolly Roger where you're actually a little bit incentivized to keep them around because they do give decent amount of gems, especially when you stack them with like actual gem multipliers like Rift Gum. So it is nice to have some of these loot bags where I can just kind of unbox them whenever I want to. But that doesn't apply for some of the other ones that I have, like the anonymous loot bags where I'm actually kind of saving them for actual stuff than later. Yeah, I don't know. When should I open? Should I do it this stream? No, it should definitely be saved for its own stream, I think. Also, we're a noob. Roblox didn't load my character. What a surprise. But yeah, at some point I do want to go ahead and do a stream where I do unbox all my anonymous loot bags and Jolly Roger loot bags and race loot bags. The thing is, like, I don't know. Part of it feels like it'd go to waste and I don't want to use them in some respects, but like, it's... Dude, this stream, yeah, it's not happening this stream because I don't have the video set up for it. I feel like I should make it a little bit more of a I don't know. it's one of those things where I can actually clickbait for legitimate reasons, and would be cool for a lot of people to witness. So I feel like doing it in one of these random streams, where I'm just doing random other stuff, is kind of pointless. So I don't want to do them there, but yeah. I mean, I could always change the title and video of this to, oh yeah, using the most OP gum in Ghost Simulator. Even though Enchanted Rift Gum's better, but no one will care about that. Yeah, I don't know. At some point, I do need to make a video or a stream or something on that, because I've had this Rift Gum for a while, and it's just been sitting there doing nothing. And I do have like the loot bags to use it. I don't know how exactly I would organize it. I'd probably sort by usable or count. Use it with my hotkey, spam through these, just so I don't accidentally end up using something I shouldn't. Because one of the annoying things right now is if I sort by rarity, these race loot bags, they're all intermixed with these Days Before Xmas presents, which I don't want to unbox. And so if I was going to use an auto clicker on this first place loot bag, I'd end up using a lot of these other ones that I don't want to use, which would not be fun. So I'd probably have to sort by usable or something. Actually, you know what? Usable is no better. I'd have to sort by count, yeah. Perfect. Maybe to make the clickbait actually legitimate. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea, to be honest, or a bad offer. I don't know, like I want to say Cosmic Wing, because Cosmic Wing was the best classified for a long time, but it'd probably be something like a Sandstorm. Just because of how hard Enchanted Rift Gum is to get. Okay, I guess we're doing a race now. Alright, do you guys think we'll get first place, or do you think we'll lag in the middle of the race and end up getting last? You never actually have a tight race. It's either someone wins by like 3 seconds. You either win by 3 seconds, or you lag a lot in the middle of the race and end up getting last. Yeah, it's looking like a first place. I'm glad that they are planning to overhaul races in this update. Yeah, look at that, guys. People aren't even done yet. Brutal. 9 seconds till the next person. Brutal. Anyways, yeah, I'm glad they're overhauling races. Like, would it have killed them to add like 1 turn in the race or something to make it a little bit more interesting? Probably, to be honest. But yeah. Yeah, I'd consider that. One of the things I could do is like figure out how many gems I get from it afterwards, and then once I've used the gum, actually figure out what that was worth. Because like I feel like that's a bad way of doing it. I think it's better for me to just give a flat Cosmic Wing or a Sandstorm with it. Probably Cosmic Wing, to be honest, just because it's, I don't know. In some respects, like, Enchanted Rift Gum's super rare, it's worth a Sandstorm, but in other respects, it's like only worth a Cosmic Wing. It's hard to value Rift Gum. It really changes on value who you're person to person, because if you have like thousands of loot bags and like thousands of rebirths, Rift Gum is going to be insanely valuable, whereas if you have none of those, like, it's pretty much worthless. But yeah, we'll probably end this jump grinding around 12 o'clock my time, so 20 minutes. And then once we get there, we'll probably go unbox for another 15 minutes or whatever it takes to unbox 5 billion gems, or whatever I have. And then see if we can get a Sandstorm. And if I do get a Sandstorm, I do need to trade it to someone because I have promised that. And honestly, it's one of those trades where I'm glad to do it. Grimm's Portal's personally worth quite a bit, but yeah. If I do get it. If I don't get it, I'll probably do some off-stream grinding. Get like 5 or 10 or something stupid off-stream. And then do this trade off-stream. But yeah. Is Glitchy Rift Gum good? As I said earlier, it actually, with Rift Gum, it depends on what you have, on how good it is. If you have no rebirths and not a good supply of like anonymous loot bags, Glitchy Rift Gum, or any Rift Gum for that matter, is pretty much useless, because all it does is massively increase like 150 times multiplier on the amount of gems you get, which is only usable if you can get like 10 or 20 million base gems to get that up to like 2 to 3 billion. Even that isn't super useful. You have to get a lot of loot bags before it's usable. A lot of rebirths. It's just so much better right now to be grinding gems with bosses anyways. So for most people, it's pretty much useless. But if you do have thousands of loot bags of Anonymous, Race, or Jolly Roger, a few rebirths with a good gem multiplier, the double gems. Shoot, it's a gems event. That's why I should have done it this stream. And the double gems event is active. It can be useful. For the most part, though, it's going to be better off for you to just grind gems, though, with other stuff. So I'd say it's actually pretty much useless at this point. Even the people with rebirth usually can grind gems other ways. But yeah. You might be able to trade it for some classified if someone wants it. Maybe like a, I don't know, space shuttle or glow jet or some classified board that's pretty easy to unbox. Maybe Cosmic Wing if someone's being very generous, but yeah. Is that all you do now? Grind gems? That's pretty much all Ghost Simulator is at this point. Like, you can grind bosses, but all the bosses are super laggy and annoying to do. You can grind rebirths, but all the reason you're grinding rebirths is to grind gems, so I don't know. So it is worth it, but sometimes it's not worth it. For this stream, yes, it's all I'm doing at this point is grinding gems, so I can grind for, or so I can try to unbox for a Sandstorm, just because I did the quest that I wanted to do earlier the stream. And the gum grinding I did not last too long. But yeah. I like Mega Boss grinding. They're fun. Yeah, grinding Mega Boss is actually one of the funner things to do in Ghost Simulator. It's definitely one of the more different things to do. I think there's definitely a reason why every single event we've pretty much had a Mega Boss since they first introduced Mega Bosses, is because everyone loves Mega Bosses. They don't get too repetitive as like grinding gum or something like that. But yeah. I didn't read the lore. What happened with Queen? I didn't read the quest line too much. She does say that we'd have to fight her later. She apparently revealed that she is the remnant of Rose. And also that Phantom was a very, very good leader of the Ram. And that the, yeah, that's about it. Remnant World has stupid balancing, in my opinion. Main hub has stupid balancing. Pretty much, there's a reason why devs have said that this year they are planning on doing some balance changes to Ghost Simulator. Ghost Simulator is super out of balance right now. And honestly, it's going to be hard to fix, and not many... It's going to take a lot of time to fix too, but yeah. Kind of bad. Yeah, let me go read the lore really quick. I think... Okay, I'm reading the lore, guys, and it's bad. It is interesting and funny in the creepy sort of way. All right. Apparently Queen really does, or Queen is thinking about betraying Ram. Or she said, "I cannot bear to think what he would do if I betrayed Ram." Which yeah. So basically that either suggests that Queen wants to betray Ram. She thinks someone should betray Ram. Or it's a possibility, yeah, one of those two, I think. But yeah. Bad as in, well, one of the lore is the fact that the Ram, bad as in Ram is bad, and being led by Phantom. Yeah. So Ram's sort of falling apart in a way? No, I don't think Ram is falling apart is what the lore is meaning. I think what they're meaning is that Ram is, their intentions are bad, and they know that their intentions are bad, is what it's meaning. I think is what it's kind of saying, is that they know, like, the person controlling it, Queen knows that the person controlling it doesn't have good intentions or whatever. Queen refers to the dev as monsters? Yeah, everyone refers to the dev as monsters. I think that's pretty much the consensus of every single NPC in Ghost Simulator, is that the devs are monsters, and I don't understand that to an extent. Like, devs kind of created NPCs, but I don't know. It's a very old question whether or not the devs are monsters or not. It's been going on since the beginning of first arc. Whether creating the NPCs then changing the NPCs is correct or not, even if you created them in the first place. It's actually a very common question in actual literature, to be honest, too. Like, Frankenstein's, I think, the best example of that. But, like, it feels like everything that has... It feels like every other book or something touches on this. Yeah, Ram does have only sad stories, like parts. I was going over some of the pictures in the bonus biome. Whoa, okay. That was bright. It pretty much depicts every single NPC as sad, except for the bunny NPC, because that's Phantom, who kind of controls everything anyways. But yeah. Yeah, but pretty much everyone hates the devs, so it's interesting to see that every NPC hates the devs, yet somehow we have these two groups of NPCs, aren't enemies, I guess, but like, they are kind of put in opposition, so it'll be kind of funny to see if the enemies again are the devs, or if the enemies are one of these groups of NPCs that don't like the devs, even though all the NPCs don't like the devs. Lord, no, it's kind of dark. Yeah, it's something a lot different than first arc lore. There's a lot more different topics being covered than the first arc. Like, first arc is a lot of very vanilla stuff, but like this arc, we're getting a lot of NPCs that are like different, disabled, stuff like that. Kind of cool. We have Diamond, who can't hear. We have Queen, which seems to be kind of depressed. I don't know if she said depressed. I think despaired. Which I don't know if that's quite the same thing, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty close. But yeah, it's a lot of different NPCs in second arc than we had in first arc. Like, in first arc, it was a lot more about the story than the actual NPCs, but in second arc, we're definitely getting a lot more of the NPCs' individual characters, rather than just storyline. But what about Joven and Boven? Yeah, Yeah, those two are great NPCs. Yeah, there are some NPCs in Ghost Simulator that are still just there for being a filler quest, that aren't really meant to be a super character in the actual game itself. Like, a lot of these are like the infinite quests, like human pet quests, like Dylan. A lot of these, there are some NPCs that are just there for having a quest for a specific purpose. Don't really interact with the lore, don't really have too much character. It isn't really important for them to have characters. It's more about their quest, but yeah. Like about second arc is we get to see their character without too long quest lines. That's what I don't like about second arc, is the fact that second arc quests are shorter. Like every single second arc quest line is shorter than Finsley. Every single one. I would prefer if there's a little bit more grinding going on in second arc, just so like endgame people actually had something to do in endgame rather than just sit around and grind trillions of gems. But yeah, I think it definitely it's a different type of lore with that in their character development rather than story development. Anyways, we are about 8 minutes away now, 7.5 minutes, 7 minutes now. We have what, 3 billion gems once I convert, 4 billion maybe. So we'll have a decent amount of gems. We'll try to get a Sandstorm. Probably won't, since 4 billion gems isn't quite enough to have a good chance at getting Ooh, this is like perfect boss timing, except it's an alien boss I spawned. Okay. People were slow on the boss to begin with, so that's good. But yeah, this is like perfect timing for finding a boss, is at that 15% mark. Perfect. Are we on the daily leaderboard yet? No. And we're a bit of ways from it too, so probably not going to get on it. Isn't this like 12 billion gems, or did they change conversions? They haven't changed conversions. This is only 1.5 billion that I have in my, or 1.6 billion, I should say. That's in my, current, ecto tokens. The conversion factor is about 1 trillion to 1 billion, or whatever this is to 1 billion. 1,000 million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. Yeah, it's about 1 quadrillion to 1 billion. But yeah. Yeah, you're off by 10. It's not a... Like, being off by a factor of 10 with this many zeros is normal. Like, even when I'm doing, like... You have to count it every single time to make sure you have the correct amount of zeros when you're doing math with this stuff. It's really, really hard to make sure you do have those correct amount of digits. 10 quadrillion to 1 billion. Yes. I just saw that message and I saw it deleted, which is unfortunate because I like reading messages before they get deleted. But yeah, we'll see. We should be able to get one more boss before I want to switch over to unboxing for Sandstorm. So far as how's the stream going? The NPC went by pretty good. We got it completed fairly quickly, actually. And the new pack and new pet have been increasing my gem grinding quite a bit for gems. So we're making pretty good, a lot faster progress than usual on grinding for the actual gems for Sandstorm than I usually do. What's your opinion on Fortnite? No comment. In general, first-person shooter games, I'm horrible at, and so I don't like. That is what I'll say. Take that how you will. It is a game. How long would you grind this game on a daily basis? On average, I grind this game probably around an hour a day on a good week. Just because I play the game so infrequently. Like, most of the time I am playing this game, it's usually on stream. So you guys can usually do the math on that for each week. I stream like once a week for 3 hours, so about 3 hours a week. But yeah. Alright, I give up. We're just going to go convert our gems and call it a day for gem grinding. Unless that's a Dino King that I missed. That is a Dino King I missed. Alright, we'll do this Dino King, then we'll convert our gems and call it a day. After I unbox. Have I played Pokemon? I've not really played Pokemon, to be honest. It's one of the few games that is super popular that I haven't played. Yeah, that's the thing about Ghost Simulator. A lot of the time you can spend a lot of time on Ghost Simulator and make not much progress. But once you start getting a bit of progress, like, it snowballs and it starts becoming kind of boring. I don't know. It's hard to stay motivated on some games. Oh, yes. First key fragment. You're on your own, buddy. I have no idea where items are located. Like, if I was doing this quest for myself, I would be oh. Oh, okay. Key fragment for Blaze, I know where that one is. I don't know where the key fragment for, like, Leo's or Luna's are. I do know where it is for Rebirths. Okay, I do get Junkyard and Construction mixed up. Like, I've been getting Construction and Junkyard messed up since the beginning of my time in Ghost Simulator. I remember quests, like, first, like, 2 hours of me playing Ghost Simulator. You're working on Adam, and it's like, oh yeah, go find, now it's whatever, in the Junkyard, or in the Construction side, and I'd always go to the Junkyard every single time, and vice versa. It's insane how my brain just mixes those two up every single time. I don't know how I manage that, but yeah. Would I suggest gem grinding before rebirthing? There's really no reason to worry about how many gems you have before you rebirth. The only reason to have gems before you rebirth is if you want to unbox, like, a classified for stats before you rebirth. The gem multiplier you get from having 100 million gems before your rebirth is pretty much useless, just because of how easy it is to grind gems in ways that don't get increased by your gem multiplier. For instance, like, the main way people grind for gems is actually through currencies, which your gem multiplier does not increase the amount of gems you get from converting Ecto tokens or souls or anything like that. So you're much better off just going ahead and rebirthing with however many gems you have whenever you get there. Gum grinding. Oh yes. Before every single rebirth, you always want to make sure you have at least 50 glitchy loot gum to make sure your next rebirth is as fast as possible. If you don't have any glitchy loot gum before your rebirth, you're pretty much just wasting time, because it takes so long to get through, like, backdoor and stuff on each rebirth. It makes a lot more sense to go ahead and quarter the time you spend in backdoor by spending an hour grinding gum. So you go from 4 hours to 1 hour in backdoor by spending an hour. So you end up spending 2 hours, but that's still a lot less time than if you didn't grind the gum in total. So it's just so worthwhile to grind gum before your rebirth. But yeah, grinding glitchy gum is super worthwhile, even if you're free to play and don't have the double loot gum or double drops game pass. Double drops game pass, though, is the best game pass to buy if you're buying game passes. But yeah, here we are. We are going to go ahead and spend the last 5 of our glitchy lucky gums. Waste the last 5 of our glitchy lucky gums, I should say, because we're probably not going to actually get anything with them. We do need to clean up our inventory. And we don't actually need to worry. One of the things about this update, I don't think I noticed this. I don't know how many of you guys noticed this. Or obviously I noticed it, otherwise I wouldn't be bringing it up. I'm still sharing my screen. If you guys didn't notice in this patch notes for this update, there's one thing that they included in this update that people have been asking for the last 3 or 4 years. 3 years. Since classified unboxing was a thing. Let me go see if I can find it really quickly. I have a ping somewhere, and I don't care. Alright, looks like it's in testing discussion. That's great. Alright. Patch notes. Patch notes. Alright, these are the patch notes for this update. Pretty consistent. They added a pet crate, they added some boards, they added some items, remnant route, ghost, biomes, vax packs, NPC, blah 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 blah. This is a really good update. Like, I cannot tell you how many people have accidentally deleted classified pets because it comes pre-locked to begin with. This is probably the best part of this update, I think, for most people, is because we don't need to worry about now accidentally deleting the Sandstorm we unboxed this time, which is just really nice. But yeah, with that, I'm going to ask for my frames back and close Discord, so you can actually, you know, play the game. But yeah. Suggesting grinding mini bosses and converting those to gum is like super inefficient. You're so much better off grinding the items from the end of backdoor, so Reverse City, Data Stream, Bloxbed HU, and Agents HU. Those items convert for out of like a 50-5 ratio for gum, whereas like the items only, the loot bags and stuff only convert on like a, I don't know, it's a much lower ratio. It's much better to spend 2 minutes grinding those gums, those items to gums than grinding 5 minutes or grinding 2 minutes to get a boss for whatever gum you get from that boss. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and unbox for a Sandstorm now. Let's see. Do need to open my auto clicker. We will be using all of our 5 last glitchy loot gum or lucky gum. Hopefully that is just enough to use all of our gems, and so we don't actually have to dip into our ghostly lucky gum, because using ghostly lucky gum is just going to be so much worse than glitchy. But yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have been unboxing a lot of classifieds. Like, I'm not the only one unboxing for this classified. Alright, let's see. Set up my pet inventory. And I think we're good to go. Should you keep an alt account to keep all of your event items, or would you keep them in your inventory, or would you trash them? It depends on what type of player you are. I like to keep all of the items I have that are limited or hard to get or stuff like that. So I have an alt that has like 500 or 600 or 700 capacity that's full to the brim of event pets and other stuff. I have 500 capacity on my account, 500 capacity on my alt. I'm storing everything I have pretty much. But like, if you don't, like, most event items aren't even worth keeping because you aren't going to trade them because they're not really valuable at all. Most event items aren't valuable. And you don't really use them ever either, so it's not really worth keeping for cosmetic reasons. So you might as well delete them in some cases. But yeah, it really depends whether or not you want to keep them. Keep it on an alt definitely is a good idea if you want to. It does make it a little bit more difficult to like find items or keep track of 2 accounts, I think it's worth it. As I said, I keep an alt. Yeah, look at this, guys. We don't even need to check if we have a Sandstorm because it comes auto-locked. We don't have a Sandstorm, but in theory now, we don't need to worry about it. You're in my server right now? Yeah, I know. I'm doing this in public server, so you guys can actually join me sometimes, but yeah. But yeah, when it comes to unboxing, it's actually helpful to have less items in your inventory so you can unbox more at a time. But yeah. Can you also get a prism? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have no problems getting another prism back. Legitimately just going to be free. Also, Roblox is definitely going crash right now, so, yeah. Yeah, I can totally do a Sandstorm and a prism. Any of my classified boards for sale? I don't generally trade, to be honest. Most of the trading I do, though, would be in my classified boards. The problem is it's really hard to make a fair trade, and I don't like doing trades to begin with in Go Simulator because, like, either I'm losing or they're losing, and if they're losing, I kind of feel bad, and I'm a YouTuber, so I kind of have to make fair trades to a certain extent. Classifieds are one of those borderline items, though, where it's like kind of like they're kind of worthless, so I can kind of trade them for whatever. In general, if I'm trading for them for another worthless item like other classifieds or whatever, it's generally good, fine, but yeah. It really depends on, like, offers and stuff, like. What's the most useless ghost perk in the void? In your opinion. Ghost perk in the void? What do you mean by that? When you rebirth. Oh, what's the most useless rebirth perk? That one's obviously advanced vacuum parts. There's not even a doubt there. Having better vacuum speed is just useless. The second most useless? I don't know. But having a better vacuum is just useless. No, actually, the second most useless would definitely be Ecto Bits, the currency from Backdoor. That Tycoon, no one uses it because of the backpacks that you get in the Remnant world is actually super efficient to go for boss grinding in main hub and Backdoor, or main hub and Ghost World. So it's so much more efficient to go for those Tycoons. Like, I get maybe a million gems, maybe 10 million gems at the most, from 2 minutes of grinding in Backdoor, whereas I can eat. You guys seen earlier this stream where I can get 400 million gems per boss in main hub, no problem. You got your first classified today. Nice. Yeah, getting classified is always, getting your first one's always nice. Did you unbox it or trade for it? Because I know, for instance, like a lot of people end up getting scammed with classifieds and corrupteds and mythicals and stuff like that because they have so good stats yet are so easy to get. A lot of people are like really want to get a classified or something, think it's worth so much and don't realize that that rarity and value in Ghost Sim Ladder is not compatible at all. Like most classifieds are worth less than quite a bit of godlies. Like anything that has any godly that has L in its name or L as a tag, assuming it's from the limited store, is usually worth more than every single classified. Assuming it's from the limited store and not from a code, because there are some godlies that come from a code that do have the L tag that are worthless. But yeah. Got Sandstorm through trading? Nice. Yeah, it's not bad. If you were to gem grind, would you grind all the boss with the bet baits, then use rift gums? I would gem grinding. The best way to grind gems right now in Ghost Simulator is to get a few rebirths in a tycoon of either Soul Tycoon or Actor Token Tycoon, and then once you have those, is actually grind up through the end of Remnant World. So get the best pack here. So this one with 50 million capacity, 50 capacity. And then use that to collect bosses, ectoplasm in main hub or ghost world, depending on which tycoon you have, and then sell those and convert them to gems. You'll get a whole lot of gems, and you should be able to get pretty much anything pretty easily. Yeah, Mini King, Ghostly, Dutchman, and Mini Anonymous guys aren't super good unless you have a few thousand of them, and even then they're kind of meh at this point with how bad how good gem grinding's gotten in other methods. But yeah, I'm assuming you probably overpaid for Sandstorm, based on like how values usually go. Usually, I'm not saying it was a bad trade for you having good stats. Even if you overpay for good stats, is generally not bad. Like pretty much any game has that same thing where there's really good stat pets that no one that isn't worth much, but people will overpay for them that are new just to help them get a slight boost in the game. But yeah, for the most part, I'd recommend most people not trade in Ghost Simulator. Like you're just going to end up losing something eventually, and it's usually not worth it to trade. How many tycoons do I need for a lot of gems and grinding? I'd go for around 10 to start with. Even getting like 5 could be a decent starting point. But yeah, I'd personally go for 10, because that's how many I have. But like 5 would be fine. A lot of it depends on how much time you spend on each rebirth and what perks you have from like game passes and stuff like that. Like a lot of it changes depending on whether or not you have double items or double souls or double ecto tokens, stuff like that. Is that Fury Flight? Does Fury Flight actually look that weird when used in, No, okay, that wasn't Fury Flight. What was that? It's a really cool looking board. Oh, it's... Oh, never mind. I know which one that is. I have that one. Do I have that one? I do have that one. Yeah, that's a cool board. I don't think I've ever equipped that one before. Got so distracted. Have I mass trashed yet? Yes, I have. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stat progression in Ghost Simulator, or a decent amount of stat progression. You get a pet, like a co-pet or something, like, oh my, this is the best pet in the game, and then 3 days later, you're like, oh, there's a whole new world with better stat pets. Whoops. Guess this is worthless. Don't crash, please. Yeah, it's a crash. I crashed. Looks like we are going to be able to get in without crashing though again. Yeah, there's a lot of cool boards in Ghost Simulator. Like I think even some like the common boards definitely get overlooked. There's a lot of cool looking mythicals and classifieds, and they all get attention, but there's some boards out there where it's like, oh, that's a common, but that looks amazing. I think like the traditional example of this is there's this legendary code pet called Grid. And I've not just seen one person looking for it. I've seen at least 3 to 4 people looking to trade for Grid. Even though it's a random common code board that was introduced like a long time ago, people are looking for Grid just because it looks so cool. Yeah, Eggship is actually a really cool design. Paint brushes are a cool design. We crashed for real this time. Unexpected error occurred and Roblox needs to quit. We're sorry. Yeah, sure, you're sorry. Yeah, I think one of the ones I have that I think looks that way is like Egg Carton, which has... Let's go join that. Yeah, you guys all get to see leaks on my homepage and stuff on YouTube, or Roblox. I remember when this Roblox app came out, no one liked it, or it felt like no one liked it. But it's definitely, I don't think, even when it came out, I didn't think it was that bad. I don't know. Do you guys not like it or something? Oh yeah, Purple Playland's also a pretty cool one. That's from last Halloween, if I remember correctly. We crashed last time, so our pet inventory is actually full, so... You didn't get a Sandstorm. Trash, trash. Yeah, there's a lot of cool purple boards. I really like the amount of cool purple boards there are in this game. Obviously, I like some purple stuff more than others, but like, there's a lot of cool purple things, and sometimes it feels like some updates they add like 20 purple items at a time. It's like, maybe this is a little too much purple, and then you look at the boards and pets, and you're like, oh nope, this is the perfect amount of purple. I think one of the events, like half the items in it felt purple, and it was just like, ooh, nice. Rocket X, yeah. Yeah, that was actually... Those rocket boards was a very good idea for a pet crate. Whoever had that is... Whoever came up with that idea was on point. Like, really the only problem with, I think, Rocket X is the fact that that pet crate doesn't have Space Shuttle in it. So you have all of these nice rocket-themed boards, and then for whatever reason, this isn't in that crate. If I remember correctly. I think I do, but I might be mistaken. They have Varus instead, and it's just like, what? Space Shuttle should go in there. I don't even think I have that board. Do I have any rockets? Probably not. Yeah. But yeah, 8 Garden is probably my favorite my favorite common board, to be honest. It's a pretty cool board. Anyways, where are we at? We have probably one more, maybe two. One more Glitchy Lucky Gum, and then we'll be switching over to Ghostly Lucky Gum for the rest of this unboxing. My favorite pet is Beans. Oh, I don't even know what that pet is. Mini King. Because I like dinosaurs, and Mini King is a pterodactyl, which is a dinosaur. Yeah, you know what? Dino is a good event. Yeah. It's not a bad pet. It has good stats too, which is always nice. Alright, so we have about 2 billion more gems to use. About probably 500 million will get used whenever this decides to unbox. Beans is from 2022 Thanksgiving. Okay, so that's actually not that old. Lag be like. Oh man, that was a long time to unbox those crates. Anyways, we do need to go clean up our inventory now and hope. Trash, trash, trash. About 10 more seconds left on the gum, so we'll go ahead and unbox a few more crates, I guess. Alright, that's probably enough. Alright, so we have about 1.5 billion left. And we have to do the rest of it with Ghostly Lucky Gum, which is a little bit worse. It isn't Glitchy Lucky Gum, so we're gonna be getting a little bit worse rates on everything. Which is somewhat unfortunate, because, you know, it does mean it has a less chance of happening if we did have actually grinded for some Glitchy Lucky Gum, but it is what it is. That's funny. I crashed again. Great. Yeah, you crash so much when you're unboxing in Ghost Simulator with the current methods. We crashed. Again. Unexpected error occurred and Roblox needs to quit. We're sorry. Yeah, it has nothing to do with an auto-clicker going at 2000 speed on a game. Calling servers, updating inventory, stuff like that. Yeah, that's not the problem. Surely that's not the problem. Yeah, having a PC is super overpowered for unboxing. Oh, you're back. Oh, welcome back, Sam. I am pretty much done. I have like 1 billion gems more to use to unbox, and then I'm probably going to end the stream. Yeah. Your earbuds are gonna die again? Yeah. That's not great. Alright, let's see. Inventory, pets. Play this game in a bit. Oh yeah, you actually have to touch the devs in-game to get the badge. You don't actually it's not being in the same server that counts. You actually have to touch them in-game. Like, your avatar has to collide with their avatar. It's such a weird badge mechanic, but yeah, it's kind of weird. The fact that I'm in a lunch line doesn't help. Yeah, you might need to pay attention a little bit, but yeah. Hello. They're dead. Yeah. I almost never use earbuds, to be honest. I'm almost always using headphones. Generally, passing out is not a good idea. Generally, it's better to get some good sleep rather than your body forcing you to sleep. But yeah. I don't think that the badge... Yeah, the badge probably didn't exist when you met her. It's been recently added, like 6 or 7 months ago. So a lot of people have met devs and don't have that badge just because of that. Also, I think we'll stop our auto-clicker right now to wait until this thing actually goes. Looks like this will work. It crashed. Yeah, I usually recommend... I usually get more to the sleep than that, so I'd recommend getting more sleep than 3 hours. Ugh. How are we doing? We have 60 seconds left in the gun. We have 1.2 billion left. At this rate, we'll only need to crash 4 more times to use all the rest of our gems. Which means that we should be done by tomorrow morning. Mash trash, select all, search, juke, trash, shop, pet crates, view. Yeah, I know I have enough problems when it comes to sugar. Like, I love sugar, like candies and stuff. And I realize, like, sugar, it's not quite caffeine, but it does still mess with some of your body. And I have pretty much avoided caffeine entirely so far. I don't think I've ever had... Okay, not caffeine. I've definitely drinking, like, Mountain Dews and stuff like that. But nothing like nothing like energy drinks or coffee or anything like that regularly ever. So I try to avoid, but I know I do eat enough sugar, but for the most part I'm pretty good at staying away from that stuff. Also, do you guys think we'll crash again? Do I need to turn down my auto clicker? I think I need to turn down my auto clicker if we're crashing for the 3rd time in the last gun. Yeah, this is a permanent soft lock when you get that screen without any buttons on it. It's a permanent soft lock. What is Dunkaroos? Okay. We crashed again. We're probably going to do one more crash if we don't get all of our gem views, because we're crashing a lot for whatever reason. For whatever reason. I don't know why. It can have anything to do with the auto clicker I'm using to unbox. Little cookies that you dip into icing? Interesting. Sounds good. Ghost Sim crashing? Yeah, apparently unboxing with a 2000 clicks per second auto clicker. The game doesn't like that for whatever reason. Oh, welcome back. Yeah, we're pretty much done with the stream at this point. I've managed to go ahead and complete the NPC that was added. Did a little bit of grinding for some more gems. And now all I need to do is spend the last few little bits of those gems to see if we can get ourselves another Sandstorm. So yeah, pretty much done with this stream. Popular. Do you see how many views are on this video at this time? This isn't really popular. This is more of just random dude that makes content for a random game than anything else. But yeah, stay safe. Let's burn through the rest of these gems, hopefully without crashing, now that we have our auto clicker turned down. One or 2 years, I'll become one. Trust. Yeah, that's the thing. 1 or 2 years ago, I was pretty much at the same. I've been pretty much growing consistently for the last 1 or 2 years, so I don't think it'll like spike tomorrow or anything like that. Could you trade for a Dia? Yeah, you can have a Dia for free, to be honest. If you're in the same server as me. I'm not switching servers to find you, but if you're in the same servers as me, you can definitely have a Dia for free. The stream is lagging, but the face cam's good. Do you see me unboxing right now? I'm unboxing about 1,000 clicks per second right now. So I'm opening probably around 50 or so crates at a time. So that's why the game is laggy. Hello. Yeah, I'm unboxing. That's why the stream is laggy and my face cam's fine. Because Roblox is laggy, but my computer isn't because, yeah. Could you have a flash as well? Choose one. You gotta choose one. Shoop. Alright. 500 million more gems. We didn't get a classified, which is kind of to be expected, to be honest. Crush. You'd go with Flash, yeah. Flash is definitely one of the cooler mythicals, I think. I think Dia, what's the other one that's pretty meh in my opinion? Flash is pretty good. The one, I think, Phoenix is pretty good. But all the other ones are kind of meh. Also, that pink message from Spade Harbinger is so weird. Like, every time my brain sees it, it thinks Sandstorm or a classified or something, even though, like, it's a completely different color and I've never really seen that shade of pink in the chat before. But yeah. I think we're crashing. That chart of pink looks like when you hatch a legendary. Yeah, it's not quite the same though. Alright, we crashed again. We'll probably join it. Nah. What do we have, like 170 million gems left? Yeah, it's not really worth spending those at some point. Can I get a Macamon hoverboard? No, I'm not going to turn this into a giveaway stream right now. I might be doing some giveaways on my Discord soon. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and probably wrap up the stream and call it a day. Actually, you know, we will use the last few gems just because we have some time left on our gum. 30 seconds left on our gum. We should be fine. to use the last 170 million. Yeah, if you're in the same server as me right now, I'll go ahead and give it to you once my gum expires. Or if you can get into the same server as me, just... I'm not going to be server hopping for 3 years to find you. This is the only thing. Do we crash? Do you think we crash on this last little unbox? Dev classified? Yeah, surely I'll give away a dev classified. Surely I'd rather give away a dev classified than a Sandstorm. Now, that's the thing about Sandstorm. I should actually be able to get Sandstorm pretty much just as easy as I was able to get Cosmic Wing like a week ago. Or not a week ago, but like 3 months ago. So like, in theory, I should just be able to give away Sandstorms just as much as I was giving away Cosmic Rings. Don't you dare freeze on that screen again, game. I did. Alright, just a second. I need to join back for something really quick. But yeah, I think that's all I had planned for this stream. I'll probably do a little bit more of grinding for Sandstorms off stream. Hopefully get enough to fill out my pet team, trade for this person I promised to do a trade with, and then maybe also get one for a giveaway on my Discord server. All in all, though, that's like 100 billion gems I need for getting enough Sandstorms for all of that. And so we'll see if I actually have the dedication to do that grinding, or if I end up getting like 2 more, calling it a day. We will see. I also have a lot of other stuff to do, like homework, so it may end up taking a lot longer than it should. May end up playing other games, but yeah. Alright, someone asked me to trade, and allow trade requests should be enabled. Hide inventory is disabled. So they should be able to just send me a trade now. 2 YouTubers? Also, yeah, this board, I don't know. I've never looked at that board before. I didn't realize how cool it was looking until I saw someone else with it. So many Dias. Do you see how many godlies I can unbox? If you want it back, if you want another magic back, I can go ahead and unbox one really quickly. But like, I don't need magics. Thank you for the offer, but it's just taking up space, to be honest, at this point. I shouldn't have delayed that. Sure, I guess I could have one back. Do you need a magic back? If you can use that magic, I feel bad for deleting it now. But if you can't, like if you already have, yeah, okay, you have better paths. You don't need it back. You don't. Okay. Anyways, I should not have done that. Anyways, with that over, I'll go ahead and end the stream now. Thank you guys for watching. I definitely do plan on doing more streams on unboxing for Sandstorms, because it's... I did a lot for unboxing for Cosmic Rings, so I might as well do some more for this newest classified. yeah, I'll see you guys maybe when I get some more gems and some more gum or something off stream. See if I can do another unboxing stream. Or maybe instead of doing that, we'll go ahead and use my rift gum and get some gems that way. We'll see. But for now, this stream is going to be bye. Going to be bye.